time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Let's do it, baby. Hello and welcome. It is the Wednesday KVJ Show. Getting through it, baby. How y'all doing today? What's up, Virginia?
What's up? We are on the hump day.
Okay. That's what they call it, right?
We are here.
What's up with you, Bird?
I'm over here on the hump day too, Kevin. I don't know why Virginia's trying to talk, I don't know, 1940s sexy.
Well, I can't help it.
Yeah, she is what she is. God made you sexy. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah, and I look like I was born in the 1940s.
Oh, stop it. You look great today. You don't even have black on. You've got navy blue.
It's Black's cousin.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, boy, it was rough getting home yesterday. Man, that was a challenge. If you missed yesterday's KVJ show for our fun little game, Do It, we had this challenge where Jbird and I wound up losing, and the punishment we had to do was we'd heard about this flight in China that had served prune juice to everybody, which that seems like a very bad miscalculation. And after yesterday, I really respect prune juice. They said that the bathrooms were all clogged up. People were going to the bathroom in the aisles. The line looked like people were doing conga. And we wound up knocking down a bottle, half each. And all you really need is a solid 8 ounces. And so I was here yesterday, and just the car situation in my house, I was going to have to Uber home. And something happened yesterday where I got locked out of both apps. And I thought it was all good. I'm like, well, because we wrapped up the after the show. I'm like, all right, I'm getting a little knock. You know, I'm getting a page from the Duke. Like, it's telling me it's about that time. And that probably delayed me a good 10, 15 minutes. And I barely had that 10 to 15 minutes to get home.
You should have broke your Kevin Ralston rule and duked at work.
People were saying that, and honestly, I just, and especially during business hours, the only time I'll ever break it is if it's before 9 a.m. and nobody's really here, and then I could do it. And I just knew, too, I had prune juice. I was going to do abnormally obscene things. And
it wasn't just going to be a duke. It was going to be a noisy duke.
It was going to be like, it's a lip biter. It's, bite down on this. It's like you need handles. You know, you need maybe I could have used that bar that they had in the stall. I probably needed that. Let me tell you, that stuff is really effective. I was going through it.
Okay, so anybody out there, if you're constipated, here's the KVJ solution.
I tell you, if I had to endorse prune juice for people who are constipated, it's very effective. Very effective.
Yeah.
So.
How was your bathroom experience for the rest of yesterday, Jbird?
Well, this is not a knock on Kevin Ralston because I think he did a great job with the punishment, but I did drink a little bit more than Kevin. Because, I'm stupid. I got to go big. Oh, he's losing his edge. You got to drink. So I drank a ton of prune juice, and I will leave out all the details. All I will say was I had a really bad day yesterday, and it kind of torpedoed everything. It was really bad. Yeah. It was a bad day.
It ran right through you, so.
I look how light you feel today.
No, yes, you're right. I'm ready to go.
No,
Lean and mean, baby.
I'm not. I'm just mean. I'm just.
You don't feel like a supermodel?
No, because for me, it lasted. I wasn't normal till about 7 p.m. It really got me. And it was awful.
We should get that prune juice endorsement. I mean, it works, y'all.
Like I said, I'd be happy to do it because it is very effective.
Well, look, Jamie Lee Curtis did Activia. That stuff gets you going. You can make a lot of money in this industry.
Mm-hmm. I think this worked better than Activia.
This. If you are having issues, drink a good amount and you'll be all right.
Yeah. Boy, yesterday was a hot day, though. Man, they were talking about how we were going to be possibly breaking some records, and Miami did. They set a record, 100 degrees. It officially happened. Roughly 130 years of record keeping, and Miami has only touched triple digits one other time.
Wow.
So what does this mean, Kevin?
It means global warming is legit. Now, you can all fight about what's causing it, but yeah, the world is a little bit warmer right now.
So, okay, do we all agree that global warming exists, or do we argue about how it's happening, or do we argue that it does not exist or it does exist, or is there just too many arguments to even argue about?
Yes.
Okay.
We definitely do not agree.
Yes.
There are different sides with different opinions, and oh gosh, it gives me an actual headache.
Well, I just remember people yelling and arguing back when I was in high school. It's been going on that long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, all you have to do is walk outside, and it does feel warmer. And you know, I'd even seen some people just with their comments saying, hey, I've been here 30 years, and I do not remember summertimes ever being this miserable. And I think part of it, too, is we got the El Nino going on, so that's going to make things drier and warmer. So there are some events that are also happening. And look, I mean, you look back at the history of the planet, and we've not had stable temperatures on this planet ever. You know, it's fluctuated wildly. So that's just welcome to planet Earth.
She's temperamental.
Yes, she really is. So, you know, they found places that are now frigid used to be tropical and vice versa. So, you know, things have moved and changed. So this is just the way that planet Earth has always operated. So I don't know what's causing what we're going on through now, but just know that this gal has had her mood swings before. So
I can even tell, like, in some of the cats' eyes in my neighborhood, they're like, bro, really, can you turn it down 3 degrees, please?
Either turn it down or shave me.
Yeah. I can see it.
Cats are like, I can't.
And my street leads the league in just random cats roaming around.
yeah, that's rough. Yeah, well, I have dogs, and I put out in the backyard, but now I'll put them out for maybe 30 minutes tops and be like, okay, because they want to stretch a little bit,
yeah,
kind of get out there, and they seem to enjoy it, you know, for a good maybe 10, 15 minutes. They're like going, hey, dude, can I get back in?
That's how my Dakota is. She'll go out there. She likes to put her head up to the sun while you rub her face, but she got about a 15-minute window when she's like, bruh, I want to go watch my stories.
Yeah, it felt like 112 yesterday in Miami.
Oh, my gosh.
That's something that would be in a movie.
Yeah, and then also, too, they said that westerly winds were cutting down the sea breeze, so you didn't get anything that was good with that.
Wow.
Broward was at 98, so it wasn't just a Miami thing. So warm this week.
I know you're not going to know the answer right off the bat, but what is that temperature where people would literally start to melt and drop dead? We couldn't even take it. There's nothing we could do. If you walked outside, poof, it's automatic death.
Yeah, there's a drop dead temperature that will get you.
Is it, you know, do you have to wait till you get in the 150s? Is it?
They say that humans face life-threatening danger when core body temperature. So I don't know what it is outside. But, yeah, if your body temperature gets to 107, then you're looking at death.
Dang.
So, yeah.
I've had a 104 temp before, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is warm
I'm so
stuff.
impressed.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm such a badass.
He's an overachiever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, you know, to me, it's a game of semantics. Christopher's like, yeah, global warming does not exist. The temp goes up and down all the time. But if it's getting warmer to me and it's doing it globally, to me, you put the two words together, warming, global warming. I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it. So like I said, I don't know what the cause is, but, dog, you can't tell me it's not warmer, man.
I also don't want to fight. Because then that just makes me warmer.
Honestly, you don't have to fight. I just show you the numbers. Like we're setting records.
You can fight. Just
well, that guy obviously wants to fight.
Yeah, but I'm like, I give you the numbers and I'll walk away. Y'all can figure it out. But
there's like 5 to 7 topics. If you bring them up, boom, automatic fight.
And there's no reason to fight.
Abortion.
Oh my gosh. Well, I kind of wanted to talk about gun control first.
Okay.
So as kids are getting back into the groove of school, we're getting them up and fast with some rude awakenings this week. And we're hooking the kids up with some cool passes, though, too, just for getting a rude awakening. They get to go to a Disney water park, either Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. We've had KVJ hairband rock songs going off. We've had electric guitars that happened yesterday with Diana. And then today, we got a leaf blower with Chuck G waking his kid up today doing a rude awakening.
Leaf blower's good. It's easy to maneuver. I've seen Virginia do it to people. Me being a victim myself, it's a good weapon.
That's not just a leaf blower. That's the Mother Nutter 3000.
Right.
Give it respect.
She almost forgot the name of her own product.
I almost did. That's why I need to use it more frequently, because the name almost escaped me.
Bring it back into rotation.
I do.
Whether Kevin says no or not.
I know. I just go to your house. I need to go to your house for a rude awakening.
Well, this is an interesting approach. You know, sometimes parents, they just fire in the kid's face. Other times they put it underneath the blankets, and then that just kind of blows the blankets right off of the kid. It's a little bit of what you're seeing here with Chuck G.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
What's wrong with you?
Everything!
That's what you get. You get a very exhilarated parent. You get a very upset kid. That's
What
usually
is
what goes
wrong
on.
with you?
Yeah, because old people wake up early. They're used to getting up early. This is no problem for them.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to do a last-minute submission, you can. Make your video doing a rude awakening. You get points for comedy, creativity, and the kids' reaction. You can send us that video to mail@kvjshow.com. Jbird got called out by somebody in his neighborhood for being a rude dog owner. He had his girlfriend's dog, Dakota, and took her for a little spin around the block and doing what dogs do. They often like to go poo-poo because it's a lot more fun for these dogs to go poo on an away game than it is a home game, apparently. I don't know what it is. To me,
They're the opposite of Kevin.
Absolutely. I always like home games. I don't like away games.
They do love an away game.
They really do. I don't get what it is. It's like they want to put on a show for everybody. Like, hey, you want to see me poop? You've never seen anybody poo like this.
Well, dogs are doing it right. Why would you poo on your own turf?
It doesn't make sense.
They are. They take their time. They're sniffing around, exploring.
Yeah.
The dog would say you're doing it wrong, Ralston.
I know. I agree. That's why I guess I do admire dogs, but yeah, I guess that's why I
You
can't
need
be
to
one.
leave that stank in places you don't own.
I would be the only dog. If you took me out just to go to the bathroom, my owner would be so frustrated. He won't ever go to the bathroom. I take him for a walk. Ever. Not at all. Now, it's interesting why you got yelled at, because you did what you think is the right thing. The dog took the dump, and then you cleaned it up, but this lady was not satisfied.
Well, I mean, I am a big believer. I get annoyed when people don't pick up their dog poop. So I feel like I'm quite diligent when it comes to getting poop. I try to make sure there is no remnants whatsoever. So I was walking Dakota, and now you know what the area I live at, Virginia. You got your sidewalk.
I'm there every day when I drive you home.
Going north today because I may need a ride.
I have a gynecologist appointment. I got to leave a little early.
Okay, we'll leave. We'll go to the Gynosaurus first.
No, you are not going to my gynecologist with me.
Fun, huh?
You got to take an Uber today.
I'll take an Uber today.
I'm there at the appointment with a buddy.
So,
I brought my male coworker for moral support.
How can I make this worse?
I don't know. I'm here for support. Look, it's there if you want it. So Dakota's an older dog, and like I was telling you, she does this weird thing with her butt. So I know she's getting ready to go do her business, but she was on the side of the lawn. Do you know where you put your trash out?
Yes.
And there's the mailbox. So there's that piece of grass, a sidewalk, and then a lawn.
Right. It's like a little mini neutral ground, a little mini median.
Yeah, so Dakota she had to go. Once she has to go, she had to go. She squats down on that side, not in the actual lawn. I get all the poop up. There's no poop up. And this old woman comes out. I mean, just mad as hell. She goes, "Don't let your dog S-bomb in my yard." I immediately apologized. I said, "Ma'am, I am so sorry." I go, I swear I cleaned it all up. There's no remnants. I go, she just had to go. She's an older dog. "Don't let your dog S-bomb in my yard." And then she slammed the door, and that was it. And
That's when it's time for you to drop trow and the adult, the human.
Well, how about me?
And I was thinking, I go, did I do something wrong? I guess it's her lawn.
No,
but I made
you didn't do anything wrong. This is the grass that is not even her lawn. This is in between the sidewalk and the street.
See,
it's that little patch.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm confused. I've gotten so many different answers from people who say, Bird, you own that part of your lawn. That's your land. And then others go, no, that's the city's land.
Well,
so
where are these dogs supposed to go? Do you want them to go in the street?
And I've seen that happen before and no one pick it up, and that's a whole different issue. But yeah, that's my question. If your dog's in mid-poop, I'm not going to stop this 10-year-old dog from doing its business.
No.
And I swear to you, I am so diligent trying to get all of the poop because I've been a victim of stepping in someone else's poop.
Look, as long as you pick up all the doo-doo and you don't leave any big chunk of doo-doo behind, she needs to just go back inside and you need to ignore her and keep it moving.
I can't tell. She might be the same woman that came out of her house. There's one woman when I first got into the neighborhood and I was doing the speed limit. I ain't speeding. She runs out of her house and starts screaming, slow down, children live here. And I looked at my speedometer. I'm going 9 miles an hour.
Let me tell you about old people's brains. They change and they do weird stuff.
Whoa.
And I think we have to give some old people a pass and not engage them because this lady might be off her rocker. And now if you yell back, you're in some weird yelling match with an old lady who may be going through some sort of dementia.
Well, I do that every day with you, so I don't need that in my personal time. No, I am not looking to get into a fight, honestly, with anybody, to be quite honest with you. I said I was sorry. I was trying to diffuse her anger because she like a bat out of hell. And maybe there's been times where dogs have crapped in her yard and no one's picked it up.
Sure.
Because I know it's happened to my lawn where you walk out and there's just this big random pile of crap in the driveway. I'm like, that was deliberate. And you pray it's a dog's.
Yeah.
I just think, like, if that's the thing that is the worst thing you have to deal with today, man, you are blessed and lucky.
Well, that's why we bring these problems to the air. If I did do something wrong,
no, you didn't.
Like to know what it was.
And she's just probably a miserable person, and just keep it moving.
Look, but my dog will not poop on concrete. She don't vibe that way.
Maybe when you walk Dakota past her house, make it a point to walk on the other side of the street, just so you don't have to have any interaction with her whatsoever. Now you know what she's about. She may be losing her marbles, so we're just not going to engage.
I'm taking a different route, Kevin. There's so many. I got to walk by the liquor store. It's a whole other route. It's great.
Yeah. I remember that when I was a paper boy, you would kind of mark in your head all the troubled houses, and you had a specific strategy on how to deal with that house. I think every neighborhood's like that.
There is. Back in Lake Park, there was a house you knew if you walked by it, there was a chance you were going to get yelled at just because you were a kid.
Existing.
Yeah,
breathing.
They hated children, and they let you know they did not like kids.
Every neighborhood has that. And I think we just have to understand this is a part of life. Old people get wacky and crazy and their brains change. They can't help it. So if we start engaging in a fight with them, now we are crazy. Yeah, I know you didn't. I know you didn't. But she wants somebody to like yell back.
But also too, I think there's some people that have been jerks their whole life and they just grow up. They just grow into older jerks.
Sure.
That's true as well.
That's entirely possible as well.
Now, another dog etiquette question you had here is, when do barking dogs need to come inside before you're considered to be rude? Because you have people that are doing things at night, maybe going to bed, maybe having dinner, they don't hear a dog barking the entire time. And some people may say that if your dog's barking, you need to get that dog inside, or you need to get the dog to not bark.
Well, why is the dog barking?
Well,
the owner needs to figure that out and realize that after 2 minutes, it's a nuisance.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is, let's say it's 2 o'clock in the morning, your dog is sick or something, and it's got to go outside. And it barks a little bit out there. How long until the point where you're going, all right, you've got like 10 seconds of barking, and what's the time limit to where you go, your dog shouldn't be barking. I don't care what day of the week it is. If it goes on for more than 5 minutes, you are the problem.
Well, anything past 10 p.m., if it goes on for more than 2 minutes, that's a nuisance. That's a problem. And it's the owner's fault, not the dog. The dog is being a dog and trying to tell the owner something, and the owner's not paying attention.
Does that feel right to you, a 10 p.m. cutoff? I mean, there's always an exception, but I'm saying if it's a problem where you're always hearing a dog barking. Is 10 o'clock, you think, a fair time?
Well, I mean, the thing you got to consider is people have radically different sleep schedules. I look at me. I try to get to bed like 6 or 7 p.m. So if you got a barking dog and that's your thing, I mean, that's 4 hours into my night of sleep, where a dog is still outside repetitively barking. Yeah, to me, I kind of go more on the time limit thing. I think 2 minutes is, that's quick. I mean, if you can do that, great. But, sometimes dogs do that. We've got dogs that are not huge, but especially that little Pomeranian. Boy, she is sassy, and she runs that house. And she's going to tell you, like, when I want to come inside, I'm coming inside.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might be caught up in the front part of the house or doing something else, and you don't catch it right away. But, yeah, whenever I do it, I try not to let it go on longer, like, 5 minutes, and try to bring them in.
Because sometimes your dog might have the bubble guts. It's 2 a.m., runs outside, sees something like a lizard, barks real quick.
Mm-hmm. Most people are kind of saying it's just really as soon as they start barking. Almost half of people are saying that, as soon as they start barking, try to bring your dogs inside just to be respectful of your neighbors. But if you are going for the time thing, by 8 p.m. is the number one answer.
Wow.
30%. By 8 p.m. Yeah. So there you
people
go.
have spoken.
Yep. So that's what you got to do if you want to be a good dog owner. Well, I'm sure after having the salad shooter disease a couple of weeks ago, Jbird's probably not looking to hop on a cruise anytime soon.
No, I've become a train man.
Yeah. It's comforting / alarming when you're on a cruise and you see people wiping down everything. I'm glad that they're on it and they're attentive, but I'm like going, how germy are the people I'm sharing this ship with?
I just feel like a cruise gets grosser the longer you're on it. 2-day cruise, I could probably get over. I'm like, all right. By day 7, I'm like, this is gross. I'm going to get off.
It gets a little wild. You never know. Well, if you believe in the CDC rankings, they actually have come out with their list of the lowest scoring cruise ships of 2026.
Lowest scoring in what?
Covering kitchens, drinking water, pools, cabins, medical facilities, all that stuff.
Okay.
Combined together. Now, the ships need an 86 out of 100 to pass. I guess otherwise they put them in the dry docks and be like, you need to clean this dang thing. But the Norwegian Dawn was the only ship to fail. It got an 84.
Oh.
So close, guys.
Yes.
Just get rid of a few of those roaches and those rats, and you're back on top.
They said they immediately addressed the problem and hope to pass next time.
Dawn. Get your
Yeah.
stuff together.
Yeah, Dawn's she's a sloppy gal.
She needs a good hosing down.
Well, she kind of let herself go. She hadn't really been focused on things. She had some things come up.
And just don't say a blanket statement, we're fixing the problem. What's the problem? What's going on this thing?
Whatever they failed on, hopefully they're cleaning up every dirty spot on that ship.
To me, I'm thinking the worst. I'm thinking it's like a ratatouille situation where rats are cooking the food.
I hope not.
Now, the ones that just got over the bar and just passed, but still put them at the bottom of the list when it comes to the cleanest cruise ships out there. The Carnival Breeze Kaiden and the National Geographic Sea Lion scored an 86, while Sun Princess, MSC, Meraviglia, and the Amadea got an 89.
Okay, let's say that you applied that same kind of reasoning to restaurants and you found out you loved the restaurant, but they just passed. I mean, they made it. If they would have had 1 point less, they would have not passed. Would you still go to that restaurant, or at that point you're like, you're dancing with grossness a little too much?
How good is it?
It makes me sad.
You're not.
It's like I want to not know the details if the details are right there on the borderline, because I don't think I want to eat borderline.
Borderline, I mean, you're 1 point away and you are not passing.
Well, borderline means there was stuff there
Yes.
that they didn't like, and I need specifics.
The question, too, is, okay, how serious is it? I think sometimes there are some things where they get really nitpicky and, obviously because people's health, you have to be to that level. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not overly alarming.
But that stuff goes viral now. And I was in a mode where I was looking up restaurants that got violations. And some of them, I was just shocked. I couldn't believe it. I loved these places. And I saw one yesterday, and somebody was sharing it on social media. So now the public see, and I go to this place a lot, and I was heartbroken.
I know. I had the same thing happen to me. I was like, what?
And then I'm wondering, do I say the name? Well, what if it's not real because of AI? And
Right.
You never know, but I looked into it. It looked to be a real thing.
Dang.
Yeah, for me, I typically want to know what the violation was in.
Yeah.
And it does. I've made that determination before, especially when I saw a restaurant that I liked and I've been to before. I'm like, okay, what's the specifics?
And I want to see it on a valid news source. I don't want to see it on some dude's Instagram that I don't even know. Because those are not verified necessarily. And they could be just trying to run somebody's restaurant name through the mud.
Rage baiters. I'm not talking about that. There's an official website.
That's the one I want.
That's the one I go to that one, and I had to stop going to that because it was getting in my head.
Only get your information from the official site.
Well, because sometimes they'll list what the violations are, and this is where I start to get out when they start talking about rats and roaches.
Well, what they say is roach activity.
Yeah, or extra
rodent droppings. I'm like,
to me,
those two get me.
I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna have to find a different place to go eat now.
Hey, maybe I should cook at home.
Yeah. And just to let you know how quickly a cruise ship can slide, that Carnival Breeze, the first one I mentioned that just passed, it got a perfect 100 earlier in the year.
Oh.
So maybe that's why you always see people on the ships always wiping things down, because it can turn that fast.
Yeah, how gross are the people on your boat?
Also, too.
Because, I mean, that's it. Like, if you have a bunch of, gross people on the boat spreading bacteria on their hands because they maybe have E. coli.
Like, if you have the Dr. Phil lookalike cruise, you need to spend extra time mopping that thing down.
Or maybe they got new management that wasn't as good as that. I've seen that happen before.
True.
You can tell a lot when there's a new manager, especially at a restaurant. Just look at the floor when you walk in.
You're right.
I would imagine the people that are in charge of these cruise ships, because of how much money is at stake, that they make a good bit of money to make sure that thing is in elite condition.
You would think.
How much money do you lose if you have to sideline a cruise or cancel because you don't pass inspection?
Oh my gosh, that's devastating.
Can you imagine those refunds?
Yeah.
But doesn't it just seem like rats and roaches would love to just hang out on a cruise ship?
I hope not.
Doesn't it seem like it that they would love it?
I'm hoping they don't.
They did say 42 ships scored a perfect 100, including Icon of the Seas, Carnival Celebration, Celebrity Apex, the Disney Dream, and the Norwegian Viva and the Queen Elizabeth.
Okay.
Oh, you're so pumped if you're them.
Yeah, so those are the best of the best if you are looking out to go do something on a cruise. What fictional city would you love to live in? And there's a lot that you can choose from. I mean, all the way from going back to The Wizard of Oz.
That's Emerald City, right?
It is.
Now, let's break that down. What's so cool about Emerald City?
Well, the streets are made of gold. Yellow brick road. I mean, I assume it's gold. Or that it's just, I guess, yellow brick. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool little street. Nice little castle.
They get boring after a while. What kind of food are they serving? I don't know. I'm just asking the questions because it seems mystical.
Yeah.
But are you going to get bored quickly there?
You could. Doesn't look like they got a lot of bars and restaurants, honestly. And it looks like the only dude that's living well is, the wizard.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody else is doing.
I always kind of felt like the Scarecrow is kind of secretly drinking in that thing, but that's just me.
That's why he couldn't walk that well?
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine that guy trying to pass a field sobriety test?
Oh, my gosh.
He'd be on a body
The
cam.
Scarecrow. Actually, I would love it. Wouldn't that be the best, though? I mean, I don't want anybody to ever drink and drive, but could you imagine if you're driving down the highway and you look and there's the Scarecrow on the side of the road after a Halloween party trying to do a field sobriety test and is failing miserably?
I know my rights.
And you'd be going, well, wait a minute. Are they just in character or are they really hammered? You wouldn't be able to tell, I don't think. Now, you got a bunch of other fictional ones like Gotham City, which that seems like it's a crime-ridden town. I don't think you want to live there. And it's supposed to be just kind of a tag-along to New York City.
I feel like you can never relax in Gotham. I think even when things are going smooth, there's always that there's that atmosphere of something's about to go down.
Yeah, it's like Gotham City's New York in the 70s.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just don't think you want to be there. I don't think that is the town to choose. Now, Whoville from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's kind of a cool looking little town.
They're always happy.
Right.
It seems like just ideal. It seems so happy.
Now, let me ask you
peaceful.
this. Is it too happy? You ever been around somebody who's been just happy with everything? You're like, slow it down. We all have a bad day. Is it too happy?
Can you be too happy?
Yes, you can. I've seen it happen, and that person is on the brink.
Mm-hmm. Some of the other ones that you could argue up here as well, where you might want to possibly live, Bikini Bottom for SpongeBob SquarePants.
See, I wasn't familiar with that one. What's that like?
Well,
I mean, you got the Krusty Krab right there.
That's really the only place to hang.
If you want to get a Krabby Patty, which I've always wanted to have.
It'd be great, but that seems like that's all you can eat in that town.
Okay.
And can you have Krabby Patties every single meal for the rest of your life? I mean, maybe if they're great, I don't know.
I just want one.
Yeah.
I like how serious Kevin's taking this debate.
Mm-hmm. There are some that have shown the lost city of Atlantis underwater. And in fact, if you watch, I think it was the Phantom Menace, the Star Wars movie, they had that underwater city, which those are kind of cool. But then you're just stuck inside the city.
Oh, Virginia, I hated the water parts in Star Wars. Oh.
Yeah, so Bird's not feeling that one. Yeah, the other places that you got anything from the Springfield for The Simpsons. You've got Halloween Town from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
You got Cloud City.
That's true, yeah,
with
from Star
Empire
Wars.
Strikes Back. But then again, I'm scared of heights.
Yeah.
So that may not work out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, all decent suggestions.
Smurf, were they the Smurfs?
Smurf Village.
Smurf Village would be kind of tight, man.
It did look amazing.
And I feel like they'd have a good menu.
They have cozy little gardens. And I mean, I've always been fascinated by living in a mushroom.
Kind of feel bad for Smurfette. Isn't she the only chick there? That's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, she doesn't have to worry about getting in cat fights.
That's true.
She doesn't have to worry about some weird passive-aggressive girl at work trying to bring you down.
Yeah.
All right, point one.
We got a nomination for Fantasy Island.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
All that of town. Also, we've got a couple other suggestions here. Stars Hollow, that's on Gilmore.
Why did I not think of Stars Hollow? It's a coming-of-age tale, Virginia. It's really an amazing town.
Yeah.
There are places, sometimes I'll visit somewhere out of state, and I always go, this reminds me of Stars Hollow.
Yeah.
Super cozy.
The show that my wife has me watching right now, Ransom Canyon, I'm kind of feeling that. It's cool little, like, quiet, small Texas town. It's got a great bar in it. That's why I like it. Everybody hangs out. Yeah, it's kind of got a nice little vibe there. So, yeah, if you got any other suggestions, you can always get a hold of us, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763 here at the KVJ Show.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. They are trying to figure out who killed Tupac Shakur, and Keefe D is the guy that they currently are coming after. Prosecutors say he was inside the Cadillac that was used in the shooting, but is not accused of pulling the trigger. Now, Keefe D has pled not guilty to murder, and they're trying to figure out just what exactly happened. So a former gang member who used to work security for Suge Knight took the stand, and he was one of those guys who'd been subpoenaed, but he did not want to be there. His name is Mob James.
Mob
Yes.
James, first name Mob.
It's not his Christian name, but
okay.
that's his gang member name. He worked security for Suge Knight. So this is a guy on the inside, and he said on the stand, I know everybody was there. But
Now,
I'm
when you
not,
say on the inside, you talk Suge Knight, is that inside of prison or is that just inside of the circle?
inside of the circle.
Yes, okay.
He said he knows everybody that was there the night that Tupac Shakur was shot, but he refused to name names. He said, look, I can't help you. Talk to your lawyer.
So again, we don't have any answers.
We don't have any answers. And then, as Tupac's family, his sister and his mother were leaving the court, somebody said gunshots rang out. A bunch of police come running up, and they're trying to figure out, did the shooting happen? Was there a victim? They couldn't figure out where the gunshots were, although people claimed they had heard gunshots right as Tupac's sister and mother were leaving the courtroom for lunch.
Yikes.
Oh, my gosh.
These people just can't give up the game, can they?
It is crazy.
I mean, y'all past middle age now, and y'all can't stop shooting at each other?
If they try to take out Tupac's mama, what the hell is going on?
It's pretty wild, too, because, a lot of what I heard with Tupac is that he was kind of a theater kid, and he was not a gangbanger at all. And so his mom was probably like going, he wasn't raised in the streets. That was just all a persona.
That's a whole big thing and a theory that people, because there's clips of Tupac back when he was young.
Yeah.
And he comes off way different than Tupac that we knew growing up. It's almost like two completely different people.
I think you've seen the same things I've had where they say they built a persona of who this guy was and he wasn't tough enough to live up to it.
They said, though, he was so good at doing it and getting
The
caught.
other rival gangs believed it.
Yeah, they said he got so lost.
Guys, I was faking it.
He was just cosplaying as a gangbanger and wound up getting shot to death.
They said that's kind of what he got so lost in it. Now, these are just the rumors.
Yes.
This is what's out there. But they said Tupac got so lost in playing that role that he started messing with the wrong people.
It's a wild theory.
That is wild.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you kind of know if you're into gangster rap or other music when you hear this story, because Lisa said anytime Virginia talks about this story and mentions Keefe D, all I keep hearing in my head is, don't stop breaking my heart.
You know what?
I can if I try.
Oh, that's Kiki D.
Yeah, it's Kiki D, but every time you say Keefe D, she's like, don't go breaking my heart.
Do you know how many times
Which is so radically different. I don't think Elton John and Kiki D ever took shots at each other.
I had to stop.
At least not with a gun.
I had to stop myself 3 different times from making that joke because I thought it was way too old.
Have aged yourself if you know Kiki and not Keefe D, but yes.
Hey, that's a jam, by the way.
It is a jam.
Finally, here, sad news. The longtime drummer from ZZ Top just passed away at the age of 77. Now, he had recently stepped away from the stage just 3 months ago. They really didn't talk about why, but the band kept playing. They replaced him and they kept it moving. But sadly, they're not saying why, but Frank Beard, the longtime drummer for ZZ Top, passed away at the age of 77.
I accidentally watched a documentary on them. It was one of those things that auto-played. It was on in the background. I was doing work, and it made me stop doing work, and I just started watching the documentary. Now, I don't love their music, but the documentary made me love the band, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
The guys were cool, wickedly talented.
Yes.
It's just not my style of music, but it made me become a ZZ Top fan just by watching that documentary.
He was the one guy in the band that could actually go out in public because he didn't have the beard. The other two guys got mobbed whenever they went out, especially in 1986. You remember that Eliminator album? Boy, they had some hits on that.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Didn't even know it was still a network. Maybe it's not, but they're still coming out with their VMA nominations. The 2026 MTV Video Music Award nominations are out. And it's crazy because this artist is still leading. If you had to guess, who do you think has more VMA wins than anyone in the history of the MTV Video Music Awards? What would you say, Virginia?
It's got to be Taylor Swift.
Going to go Taylor Swift. That is a solid guess because she's racked up 9 VMAs. Any guess, Bird?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what you got?
Eminem.
Going to go with Eminem. Okay, solid guess. It is not.
I was just kidding. I want to say Drake.
It's not. You got to keep in mind when MTV launched back in the early 80s and one of the artists that really got them going.
Come can I play again one more time? If
Give it
I'm
a shot.
wrong,
Yeah,
you can send me home for the day.
Okay. All right.
Only talking about Madonna.
There you go. Yes.
Oh, Madonna.
Madonna, 19 VMA wins.
Wow.
Remember the Like a Virgin days? I still remember Material Girl. What a great video that was. She had some great videos back in the day.
Like a Prayer.
Yeah, that was a big
all
one.
those ones, man.
All those winning VMAs. Yeah, Taylor Swift's got 9. Ariana Grande, Sabrina Carpenter, they have 7 each when it comes to nominations for this year. But somehow it's like it's 1984 all over again because Madonna led all artists with 11.
This year?
Yes.
Wow.
For what?
I guess it's all this new dance stuff she has out. Now, I've not been plugged in. I think she had some celebrity cameos maybe in one of them because I just looked up to the screen. I saw, okay, I think that's the Madonna video, and she had some celebrities in there. But, yeah, I mean, 11.
I mean, I need to go look at these Madonna videos because there's no way they're better than The Fate of Ophelia. That is a fantastic video.
I'm not taking anything away from Madonna. Sometimes this is what happens, especially on a VMA where these awards don't count. They don't mean anything. They really don't.
They don't seem to have the shine that they once did. The
They
VMAs used to be everything.
They were, but they sometimes will give it. They'll highlight an older artist to give them their flowers, so to speak. And this might be Madonna's flower year of let's go back and honor one of the icons that got us here.
Yeah,
They
thanks
do
for just
that.
coming out and trying again.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just do that for. I mean, look, Madonna, whether you like her or not, she's a legend.
Right. Absolutely.
Video of the year went to Ariana Grande, Bruno Mars, Generation featuring Young Lean and Sabrina Carpenter. That's the nominees. Also, Artist of the Year additionally features Grande, Mars, Carpenter, and Morgan Wallen. And then the best new artists include people like Magnus Farrell that is in there.
But that would have been funny if they'd have put Madonna in the best new artist category. Then something would have been up.
It's Will Ferrell's kid, right?
It is. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
Absolutely. So he got a nomination there. They say the fan voting's closing September 25th. You can watch them live from Los Angeles September 7th across CBS, MTV, and Paramount. So I guess it's not gone yet. That's wild.
September 7th, you said? I just want to make sure I put on what not to watch.
Yeah. Well, if we had to look back on all the careers that they have, do you think Taylor Swift has gotten to the level of Madonna yet?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
I definitely do. I think
Yes.
Taylor Swift is bigger than Madonna was when Madonna was her biggest.
So if you had to do the collective of both careers right now, let's say Taylor Swift doesn't do another thing, could she walk away from the game saying she had a bigger career than Madonna did?
I think so.
I do think so. As of right, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Even now, I think with the body of work and the amount of tickets sold.
Well, here's the thing you got to factor in. Madonna's been making music. She hasn't stopped making music. There's been a bunch of it, but it hasn't really hit the mainstream like, her old stuff does. Taylor's not done. You can tell she's probably got another minimum 4 albums that are going to be played on the radio. And at that point, you're going to surpass. It won't even be a debate anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, letting people decide that one right now on KVJ TV on YouTube, who had the biggest musical career out of the two, Madonna or Taylor Swift?
You'll start to see the decline of a Taylor Swift when they start getting on her. Taylor Swift only sold 13 million units. You're like, 13 million units is so many. But that's when you'll start hearing the decline talk going on. Yeah, remember that happened with Michael Jackson? They said he had an album that came out and I think he sold 4 million and they were calling it a failure.
Yeah.
And you went 4 times platinum and that's a failure.
Yeah. Well, you're a victim of your own success. That's what happens there. Taylor Swift has a slight nod right now, 58% of the vote to Madonna's 42%. So just a slight edge on that. What if you had to say the careers of Prince and Michael Jackson?
Look, I love Prince. I think Prince is one of, if not the most underrated guitar player of all time. And he was pissed about that. He was fantastic as a guitar player.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, and he did not get the shine he deserved. The writers wouldn't give it to him. Journalists wouldn't give it to him. And they always say when you see that one performance when he's playing lead guitar at the George Harrison Memorial, he gets on stage and he blows everybody out of the water. That stage is filled with legends, and you cannot keep your eyes off Prince because he had flair, he had talent, he had style. He throws the guitar up in the air, some guy catches it. It's
good.
I watch that performance at least 3 times a month. That's how strongly I feel about Prince.
Both artists had amazing careers, but I think Michael Jackson had a bigger musical career. I think because, Prince, even though, Purple Rain was huge in the movie and everything, it didn't get to the Thriller status, and then Michael had a few more. So I think Michael had a bigger career, but who do you think was more talented?
Prince, I think Prince was.
Now, Prince could do the guitar work. Michael could do the dancing. And Michael did, if you watched especially the movie Michael, it really shows how involved he was with the creation of his songs and writing them and putting them together along with Quincy Jones.
Prince could play any instrument. That guy did not just play guitar. That guy played. He was a savant. That guy was next level.
Right. Yeah. I think I have a tendency to agree with you, but right now Michael Jackson's getting the lead in the voting.
And I'm not surprised by that. You're right. When it comes to hits and radio and all that. And dude, Michael Jackson arguably was one of the biggest celebrities to ever walk the planet.
Yeah. I think he was a bigger star. I think he had a bigger career. But I agree with you. I think Prince is more talented, but 62% of people would like to have a word with us, Bird. They do not agree. They think Michael Jackson is more talented.
I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked.
What do you think about between Britney Spears and Ariana Grande, Virginia, who had a bigger musical career?
Well,
tap Ariana where she is now.
when it's all said and done, Ariana is now bigger.
Yeah. I think so too.
Britney made that splash.
Mm-hmm.
She did. I just fear, I think Ariana Grande is going to be around for a while. I just think Britney is going to have a cautionary tale to it. And it's going to be sad. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I hope neither one of them have a sad ending.
Yeah, exactly.
They both look like they're struggling independently with different things. So we pray for both of them.
Well, good. Kevin asked the question.
Who do you think has had the bigger musical career, Justin Timberlake or Bruno Mars?
Bruno, I think.
This is tough.
Because you got to keep in mind, he gets credit for NSYNC.
This is a tough one, but right now I'm going to lead with Bruno just because Bruno's keeping his nose clean. There ain't no scandal around Bruno. Bruno's not going. He ain't going away. You may see Timberlake join NSYNC soon.
I can tell you whose career is hotter right now, but when you put a box on them all, and let's just say Bruno never has another hit, and that's all you're going to ever hear from him with the collective body of work, I think I lean a little bit Bruno Mars. But it's close, and I think, honestly, the toughest stuff for Justin Timberlake was his first two solo albums, but then the NSYNC stuff seems to be timeless.
Yes.
And that's tough. How many Bruno Mars songs are you going to say are going to be timeless? He's got maybe 2 or 3 that I think you'll still hear in 20 years.
The thing about Justin Timberlake is he was America's darling. They just loved what a sweetheart that Timberlake was. He's on SNL with his boy Fallon, yucking it up. And then something happened, and it was him being unfaithful to Jessica Biel, and people started to he started to become unlikable.
You're right.
Yeah, that is about a 50-50 right now on who has had the bigger career. Now, keep in mind, I'm not talking about talent on these. The only one I talked talent on was the Michael Jackson one with Prince. The other one's just the career. So Justin Timberlake's got a slight lead, 53 to 47% on Bruno Mars.
And both of them have been doing it since they were kids.
You're right.
Bruno Mars is in the movie Honeymoon in Vegas, and he's like a 7-year-old Elvis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Who's had the bigger musical career, Beyonce or Rihanna? Who wins that one?
For music, I'm going to go Beyonce.
Okay.
Dang, that's a tough one.
Right there.
She got Destiny's Child.
She does.
She got her solo career.
Now, I know that Beehive, they love her stuff. But I think I lean on Rihanna a little bit more. at least for me personally, but I could see where you would make that argument. You talk about the tours that she's still doing and whatnot. And they both played a Super Bowl halftime show.
I liked Rihanna's music better than
Yes.
Beyonce.
To me, she has more hits, but I know that, a lot of fans would definitely argue that.
That's a tough one.
I get it. I'm not knee deep into the beehive. In fact, right now, she's kind of running away with it. Beyonce is. 76% of the votes going to her over Rihanna.
Wow.
Well, Rihanna, keep in mind, too, Rihanna hasn't done that much with music either.
It's true. She's taken a back seat. She has not really had anything hot for 15 years probably?
I mean, out of sight, out of mind. In the music game, the pop world,
Some of Rihanna's biggest hits were 20 years ago now.
Dang.
you take a year off in the pop world. They're like, you're old, damaged goods, next.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes.
Jbird's dad, Randy, is an entrepreneur at heart, and he has identified what he thinks is going to be a lucrative side hustle for his son, Jbird, over here. Now, apparently, Jbird's girlfriend, too, is a pretty good cook, and he's thinking a food truck might be the best option for you to make a little extra money.
My dad loves the idea of crypto foodology. That's the food truck, basically with all the mystical creatures with food names like your unicorn fritters, the Messy Nessie, the Sasquatch Shake. There's so many more that we could talk about here, but he loves the idea of making that with some extra cheddar. And I was trying to explain to him, Dad, doing a food truck and all that stuff, it's so much work, and you got to it's like it's another career, really.
It really is. It's hard too.
And I don't know even how that would work with our contract being on the air and then having a food truck. There'd be all these legal issues, I think.
Well, you'd have to take it to corporate, and they would have to put a addendum on your contract. I know because I did it.
Yeah,
when I was the part owner in a salon, which I'm no longer affiliated with, thank God. But you have to be full disclosure, because if you talk about anything in your life, like the fact that you own a food truck, management has to have it in your contract.
At that point, that'd be like me doing a free commercial for my own business, and that's illegal to do.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare. I'd have to promote it by, I don't know, walking outside with a sign.
You would have to buy commercials from your own radio station in order to promote it. That's the way that you do it. And that way it's not considered illegal.
Got ya. What do you think, though? You could see this thing one day taking off? The Messy Nessie burger?
I think your heart's in it, no doubt.
I mean, or the Messy Nessie could be a Sloppy Joe, and the key to it's all juicy. It gets messy, baby.
Nobody's talking about Sloppy Joes in South Florida these days.
And no one's talking Sloppy Joes.
You're right.
Here's what I would tell you to do. Before you go out and buy a food truck, be a pop-up at a festival, meaning you get a tent at a festival and you have like 3 or 4 menu items. You get your team, whoever's going to help you, and you do it for a day or a weekend, and you see what it's like to be in the business of making food and selling food and being immersed in it for a whole, it's not just that day. You have to do prep the days before, you do the food, and then it's a whole thing.
You tell me you don't want a bowl of Yeti spaghetti? Yeti spaghetti. I mean, all these, it's coming together.
Yes.
It's like it's meant
a lot
to.
of options.
Yes, there's so many options.
You notice all of his options are like really hot and really messy.
That's our
From
thing.
Sloppy Joes to spaghetti. You are going to be so stained walking away from this food truck.
I don't hate that. No stain, no pain, baby.
Yeah.
Or no stain, no gain.
Yeah, I say game might be better than pain.
Yeah. Or we could have a wing for people like you, the hot wing, the one that, it's key. Every time we talk about hot sauce, everyone's always like, that's not hot enough. You have that specialty wing, the Chicken Man wing.
Are you going to bake them or are you going to fry them? Because if you fry them, then you have hot grease, and now you have a whole separate thing that requires experience and certification.
Oh, I haven't even got to that point yet. I still have to get to the part where
you're still at the fantasy level.
I'm still at the part where corporate tells me no.
Yeah. Right. We got that hurdle, and then you got everything else with it.
Yeah, this is not happening. But can a boy dream?
Yeah.
You know how much I've always talked about food trucks. And yes, I it would be impossible for me to run the food truck, but I would like to be part of the creative.
Yeah,
and
you
help,
just want to come up with the concepts. You don't want the day-to-day.
and be part of it, but not like every single day you'd pay somebody to do that.
You pop by and say, hey, guys, and then you just keep walking.
I've got an idea. I want the unicorn fritters. I thought of it yesterday. Now make it happen.
That's what I want to do. Yeah, I mean, I think when you really kind of look at what it is like living a life in a food truck, first of all, South Florida is going to be tough because think of how hot it is. Think about how rainy it is. So your weather, your heat, all that is going to be an issue. They say on top of it, too, food trucks, I guess, have a very low profit margin.
Oh,
so
you got
even though you sell it for $15, by the time you've bought the food itself, gas, all those kind of things to get there, that's...
we're taking it to the drunk people district. That's where you make your cash. Yeah. Oh, we're a late night food truck.
You're way better off being a pop-up than
Look.
buying a food truck.
Ooh, look at that. A bowl of Yeti spaghetti. What would go good with that? I don't know. The mermaid lemonade. Ba-ba-boom.
Yeah. You imagine you're all hammered, you get a big bowl of spaghetti on your way home.
I know.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to be covered in sauce. It's going to be in my hair.
And just imagine when you barf that back up later.
You guys,
Wow.
you guys
What
are
a
What the hell
mess.
did I eat?
You're not my target audience. You're not my target. I target very, very drunk people coming out of a bar and small children.
Okay.
Coming out of a bar?
Not out of a bar. No.
We make food meant to be seen twice.
It's basically a snack pack show because the only people that go to snack pack shows are drunk adults or little kids. It's an odd kind of a pairing, but I love it.
That's our people.
That's our people.
Believe it or not, a high number of people want to see you actually do this food truck. 45% of people are in thinking it's a good idea.
Messy. I'm
There you
talking
go.
to side
You got
order
'em.
unicorn fritters.
You got people that are into it. Okay, what are your random, strong opinions that you have? We've all got them. More random, the better. Text them into us, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Anne Hathaway, who's made her life and career in movies, had an interesting thought, and she's advocating that if a movie has this in it, it should automatically be rated R. Do you agree?
I feel like movies that kill dogs should automatically be rated R. Doesn't matter if anybody curses. It doesn't matter if there's violence. If a dog dies, R rated.
That's it.
Wow.
Screw the cats, just dogs.
Just dogs.
Cats are like, what?
Dang, her cat numbers are down.
Cats are like, what the hell?
Wow.
They are no longer Hathaway fans.
I was like, how about that? Now, look, I get it. I am not a fan. In fact, I hate when you're watching a movie and you would not think that dog would befall any kind of death, and it does. It rocks me more than when the star of the movie that you spent 2.5 hours getting used to and loving dies at the end. I'm like, okay, but a dog, oh my gosh, I can't take it.
I know a lot of people who really take any kind of animal thing super hard. They don't like to talk about it, see it, and these are people who have lost humans. It hits them differently. They don't like to see it. There's a Twilight Zone episode that involves a dog. I always skip it because it makes me sad.
It's too triggering.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. No, I think that there would be a lot of people that would probably feel that way. So random, yes. But I think a lot of people would probably agree with Anne Hathaway. At least you need to have a trigger warning. And you can't do that because then maybe you're telling, the plot line of the movie, because there have been some where the dog's death was shocking. You're like, oh my gosh. And that's a part of the surprise.
Well, the other thing, too, is when you start making a movie rated R, you start losing part of your audience because you can't, the young kids, for a lot of people, will say, I'm not taking my kid to an R-rated movie.
That's true.
Because they're going to think there's other stuff involved. I don't know if it should be rated R. I do like your idea of at least, I don't know.
Well, imagine if a Disney movie, and they'll kill animals.
All the time. That's their thing.
So imagine a Disney movie that's rated R. And you're like, why is this, what? A Disney movie is rated R?
I know, I'm waiting for Mickey to drop an F-bomb.
What?
I can tell you from experience because I have an 11-year-old and we took him to see the rated R Jackass movie. People in the theater look at you like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. No, there's definitely judgment.
Oh, there was so much judgment from about 80% of the theater that were looking at us like, why would you bring him in here for that? Meanwhile, Rocco loved it. It was the best night of his life.
Or could Disney argue they're just teaching kids about this is how life is. One day something like this could happen, and their stance is we're just preparing kids for what real life is like.
Yeah.
You don't know when baby's gonna get shot.
Animal death is real.
It is.
Well, because it's not R-rated warranted.
I just don't think you can slap a rated R.
No.
Yeah. I don't know that you can warn people because you ruin the plot. So I don't know. I think it's just unfortunately a thing. But let word of mouth be known. If you got dog loving friends, be like, don't go see this movie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I saw Marley and Me, and I remember I want to say it was during the holiday season, and obviously I think we all know it doesn't have a happy ending, and all you heard was throughout the entire theater. I'm like, can we leave, please?
Ugly crying.
This is not a fun experience.
I'm like, I am out of popcorn, and there's nothing but tears. It was awful.
What about this random strong opinion? It says, every device does not need a remote control. Why do some come with ceiling fans or coffee makers, car stereos, and even electric candles? Why do I have a remote for my electric candle? Is that really necessary?
We get too cute sometimes. We see something work, and then we just do the heck out of it.
I'm going to lose the remote if you just put the switch to it on it.
Yeah.
I'm way better off because I will lose the remote and I will also lose the charger.
I could honestly open up my own store and just call it Random Remotes, and I would have so much product to sell. They're everywhere.
We have a junk drawer just of remotes, and nobody knows what any of them go to.
I've started throwing them away.
Oh, there's been times where I thought I had the right one with brand new batteries and it's not working. I go, why is the universe messing with me?
Here's your random strong boomer opinion of the day. When someone is dealing with customers and they have earbuds in, they are doing their job poorly, no exceptions.
It's not a great look.
It's not a great look.
I don't care if I sound old. I'm a big fan of when it comes to customer service, we have to make sure that we're actually doing customer service.
I mean, you have to at least look like you care. And earbuds say, I'm preoccupied with something better than you.
Well, earbuds means you don't want to be bothered. When
Right.
people go shopping with their earbuds in, that means they don't want you talking to them.
I was mailing something the other day and it had to be like, post return and like certified. And it was like important, like grown up mail.
Sounds awful.
It was so awful. But I really needed this girl that was doing it at this place. I wasn't at the post office. I was at one of those, you mail it kind of places. And I needed her to be locked in because I need to know this got there. And she had earbuds in. And I could hear that she was listening to something else while she was ringing me up and I was explaining what I needed. And I'm like, there's no way this is going to be right. There's just no way. She's got a show because I can hear it. I can hear the dialogue and the canned laughter.
Well, but here's what's maddening is someone's got earbuds in, they do a terrible job, then they get reprimanded by their manager not to wear earbuds. Then that person who is wearing earbuds goes on social media, my boss told me I can't wear earbuds. And then there's thousands of comments defending earbud person, and you're going, am I losing my mind? I think I am.
Yeah, world's crazy.
The earbud girl is wrong, but yet there's all these people agreeing. What the hell is going on?
What about this random strong opinion? Do you agree with this? It says, I love roundabouts. They make so much sense. It's the thing in traffic when you drive around in a circle. I gotta tell you, they've grown on me. I didn't love them, and they put one by my house. And now it is so fun to be taking that corner. I pretend like I'm driving NASCAR, and I'm like on two wheels, baby. Oh, it's so much fun. And it does seem better than having to stop. And once you get it, the only thing that throws it off is that person that doesn't understand. And I've had that where the person stops short in the roundabout to let me in. I'm like, no,
I'm sorry.
I'm okay.
I'm sorry.
You wait. Like, you go. I'll wait. You're already in it.
I think I'm that guy.
Rex over here.
Yeah. Is it Crash?
Crash, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Rex, Crash. They both were.
Crash Pennington.
Yeah, he's in a 90s hip-hop group, it'd be Rex in Effect. Well, there's a new list that is out there of what people consider cheating. And I think it is natural that, look, there will probably be times in your serious relationship where you're not having a good time with your partner and things aren't great. Maybe somebody else seems like they're so awesome and you start to drift off with your feelings a bit. Maybe entertain them. Hopefully you will chase those away, at least until you get rid of the partner that you can't stand. But they say 15% of Americans who are married or in a relationship admit they do have romantic feelings for someone who isn't their partner. 15%. That is the number. So there are people then that are doing things that are kind of questionable and shady. And then they ask some of these people who also admitted that they had feelings for other people if they would consider these things to be cheating or not.
Well, I think a lot of people, and it's unfortunate, but I think a lot of people are, whether they're stuck or they think they're stuck, they're with somebody that they don't really like that much. I've seen it happen in my own personal life where a couple will stay together and they clearly are both just so miserable. They're not having fun, but maybe there's kids involved and that's why they stay together. And I can see if they don't like each other and they're hanging around other people, they may catch feels for somebody else.
Totally.
They're already over their husband or their wife.
They're already on the way out.
Yes.
And some people even use it as a way to escalate the end. You know, if you start something new and then your current partner finds out about it, now you've blown your relationship up and it's a way to end it.
You shoot yourself in the foot just to get it over with.
Right, on purpose.
Now, some people think that the cheating kind of looks like a traffic light, where you've got things that are definitely not cheating, things that are kind of in the middle, and then things that, definitely are.
Because some of it is maybe not cheating, but it's disrespectful.
Yes.
And to me, you can call it cheating. You can call it... If
that's your yellow light. That's your caution light.
If it's something that's making me feel less than... I don't have to put the cheating term on it. It's how it's making me feel and if I can get over that or not.
Yeah, the things that are in the yellow light category, it may not necessarily end a serious long-term relationship, but it's definitely going to fracture the trust and it's going to put a big dent in it. And sometimes it could just torpedo it right away. Some of the things they were asking people, they said, is having a secret friendship your partner doesn't know about considered cheating?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's shady. It's weird.
It's shady. If you're talking to a member of the sex that you're attracted to and you're not sharing the details with your partner and you're doing it a lot, it's weird.
To me, for me personally, if I found out Honeyface was talking to some guy and they were friends and I never knew about it, and
they talk frequently,
and it was a secret, I would end the relationship right then and there.
Yeah.
I'm out.
34% of people consider that to be cheating. Now, they said, what about maintaining a dating app profile just to look for some validation? You're not going to entertain it, but you just want to hear other people saying that, oh man, I'd love to get with you.
Run away from that person. They suffer from main character disease. It's all about how everybody, how they feel and what everyone thinks about them. And it's also a person that's going to play mind games. Someone that needs validation like that, they're gonna mess with your mind. It's all mind games at that point. What, you're on social media? Why, so dudes can lust over you and you need that and you have to have that. Next.
37% of people consider that to be cheating.
It's annoying at minimum.
What about keeping somebody in your phone under a fake name?
What's the
weird.
reason?
That's deceptive.
Is it a drug dealer?
You're right. It may not be because you're trying to get, them goods.
Why is their name fake?
Yeah.
Why is their name Smokes?
Yeah, exactly. Smokestack. Who is this girl? It's not a girl, baby.
37% of people say that is considered to be cheating.
I think anytime you're in a relationship, I don't care what kind of relationship it is, if you feel like someone's hiding something from you and you're kind of the last to know and you thought you had this trust with them, you're going to feel less than. You're going to feel a certain... I know I would.
Totally. You want to know that your partner acts the same way when you're in the room as when you're out of the room. And if you find anything out that they're being like a little sneaky, shady, secretive, it's like, well, why are you doing that?
The other things that people put around the 36% mark they consider to be cheating: deleting messages so your partner won't see them.
I mean, that is you're playing with some fire.
Yes, stop it.
Secretly meeting someone one-on-one.
Yeah, again, the main word here is secret.
And keeping in touch with an ex without telling your partner. 36% also look at that as cheating.
Yeah, I'm not down. We don't we don't have secrets, and if we got secrets, we don't got a relationship. It's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, secrets are poison.
Yeah, and even though I tell you that a minority of all these people, according to this Talker research study that they did, put it in the minority, I'd say any of those things that we just listed off are going to greatly jeopardize your relationship. So if you do cherish it, don't do any of that stuff.
Pretty much everything you said would be a deal breaker for me. I ain't putting up with that crap. Life's too short.
No, you're right. It is amazing, though, what sometimes people in their 20s put up with.
You're right.
And it's insane. And that's why I'm wondering what the demo was of the people they talked to, because I thought the numbers were low. And I'm like, I bet these people are probably in their 20s.
They haven't got old and crotchety enough. You get to a certain age, you're like, I ain't got time for this.
Gone. They're in their 20s. Like, I don't know. Maybe. I know they're meeting up with a hot girl, but you know.
It's only been 9 times he's cheated on me. Maybe he'll change by the 10.
It's so stressful.
Age definitely changes your opinion when you take that poll.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. A lot of people still talking about what exactly happened to Hayden Panettiere. Now, we don't know because we weren't in that apartment in South Carolina, but police in South Carolina are currently getting the surveillance footage from that Greenville apartment complex where she died on Sunday afternoon. They're trying to figure out what happened. I guess according to some of the people that are there in the apartment complex, the security footage shows Hayden and her boyfriend Brian and his brother Zach coming and going from the apartment in the hours and days before she was pronounced dead there. So we know that she was there with him. We don't really know what was going on in her private life, and not a lot of people did. People that are close to her PR team, marketing people, they encouraged her to break up with Brian Hickerson. They did not like Brian Hickerson. Neither did her mother. And I think all these people giving her this advice, she went the other way with it and decided that it was time to lean into Brian Hickerson. And according to Daily Mail, they are saying that there is a possible rumor that there's a love triangle here. And it wasn't just that Hayden was involved with Brian Hickerson, but that she was also in some kind of relationship with Brian's brother, Zach.
Oh, geez.
This is according to Daily Mail. Now, sometimes they lean into salacious, so we don't know if that's true, but it's certainly weird. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, everything about this dude just made people's skin crawl, and he is a weird dude. I don't think she's in her right mindset. I had seen that she was on different medications, and I saw some photos of her. It looked like she was having some issues with walking, like she was on some crutches kind of stuff. So there's all kinds of health stuff, and I just think this guy was the worst of the worst. I didn't realize that she's been estranged from her mom for a very long time, so there was just one thing after another that was going on in her life.
Well, the mom pretty much said it in the quote. She was like, look, we as her family have been trying to get her away from this guy for a while. We are now like, okay, having to deal with the fact that she died and he was there.
I mean, this happens too in families where there's a person someone's with, and everyone in the family knows that they should not be with this person, and that person will not listen to the family.
You're right.
And the family can see that person drowning, and they're an adult, and there's only so much you can do.
You're right.
What do you tackle them? I mean, it's a hard situation.
Super hard situation, and you can't tell an adult what to do.
No.
And that's probably why the mother is estranged from Hayden, because she tried to tell her this guy was bad, and Hayden chose Brian and possibly Zach, his brother, over her relationship with at least her mom.
I don't know all the details, but at least it sounded like her family was trying to help. And if your family's trying to help and be there for you, it's the whole thing sucks.
It does. It's heartbreaking. So we'll keep you posted. This is far from over, and I'm sure the police have so many questions for Brian and Zach, and hopefully they're going to get to the bottom of exactly what happened, because the internet is on fire with speculation.
And the cool thing about the internet, Kev, is they're usually 100% accurate, especially when it comes to crimes.
Yes, right.
Well, I don't know. I mean, sometimes they do solve a few things here and there.
And sometimes I'll find a dollar bill on the ground. I get it. Yeah. Sometimes, yes, the internet can do their thing. Most of the time, they're wrong.
We know this Brian guy is shady. We know he was bad for her. We have the police reports to prove it.
Oh, yeah.
He admitted he was physically violent with her on several occasions. That was not the dude that should be in your life. And if you die and he's in the house, I am very suspicious of him and his brother. Oh. Y'all got stank on you.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be top of the list.
Top of the list.
Don't be what they always say in the movies. I wouldn't be leaving town anytime soon.
Hopefully they got them both in questioning, right? Like, are they going to release them? Like, how does that work? I'm so curious. We'll keep you posted as we hear stuff. In other news, Gayle King is not happy about a possible overhaul of the CBS morning show. Now, Barry Weiss has come in at CBS and is now serving as editor-in-chief and has apparently got Norah O'Donnell doing promos about coming back to CBS Mornings, and Gayle King is not happy about it.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh.
And that's an astronaut we're talking about.
That is an astronaut we're talking about.
We should take this seriously.
Yeah. I mean, how do you force Gayle King out if that's what your plan is, Barry Weiss? I guess bring Norah O'Donnell in, somebody who Gayle King is not happy about having returned to the show.
Who's in charge? Is Barry Weiss in charge?
Yes.
Then guess what? It does not matter.
Yeah, this could be a blow up of the whole thing, but maybe that's what CBS wants.
That's probably what they do want. They probably are trying to blow it up.
Messy. And finally here, I know you watched Yellowstone, Kev. So how did you feel about Lainey Wilson in the role of Abby on Yellowstone?
I thought she was good. Yeah.
So now she's going to be trying her hand at some comedy acting.
Okay.
Lainey Wilson just got a gig starring in season 2 of Leanne Morgan's Netflix sitcom, Leanne. So Lainey Wilson will be on there in her first comedic acting role.
How many shows are out there now? Oh, my gosh.
A gazillion.
Good gosh. I mean, everyone's got a project and a season and a
many shows.
It's like, what the heck?
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
If you ever got a little bit of a disagreement going on, we'd be happy to try to settle it here on a little KVJ court. And we got a boyfriend-girlfriend that is bickering a bit over the bills. Now, when you're pushing a feel-like temperature of 112 in parts of South Florida yesterday, you can understand that those power bills are going to be a little crazy this time of year.
Yes, indeed.
And you all right, Bird?
Yep, I'm good.
Guy just tripped over the trash can.
It sounded like someone hit the bass drum.
Yeah.
You guys heard that? My bad.
People everywhere heard that.
Sorry. I got my clogs on today.
Yeah, today. Yeah, so the email says, my boyfriend and I, we have been living together for almost a full year, and we split all of our bills down the middle. Kind of like the rent, utilities, all that stuff. Everything's half and half. But I've been noticing that the last few months, just how high our electric bill has been getting. Now, here's the problem I have. My boyfriend works from home, and he likes to keep the apartment at about 68 degrees, sometimes cooler. I told him, that's too cold for me. So our compromise when I'm home is 72 degrees. That's what it is at night and on the weekends. I actually prefer 75, but my boyfriend sweats anywhere over 74 degrees.
75? What are we doing here? It's might as well be laying on the sun.
You run hot, though. Some people think 75 is perfect.
75 to me is like the desert. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't be able to sleep a wink.
She said, and I am pretty confident that his preference of working in an icebox is what is driving our electric bills up to be so high. I can only imagine how much we'd cut if he would keep it at 72 or 74 where I would like it.
Guarantee you, she's 100% right. I'm going through this. I got a ridiculous power bill, so I called them to see what was going on, and they explained to me, now I don't know how true this is, but they say with every degree you turn up your air, you will see a significant difference in your bill.
Yeah.
So I was running it at 68 because your boy likes it a little cold. I started running it at 73, 74 if I could stand it, and I have seen a difference in my bill with even just a degree or two. Yeah. So they said your air condition is going to be the main kicker when it comes to all of this stuff.
Totally.
Yeah. She said, plus, my boyfriend uses a lot of electronics at home for his job on top of it. So to me, I think our electric bill should be prorated, at least in the 5 hottest months of the year here in South Florida. He thinks I'm being cheap and that coming up with a percentage would be unfair and too complicated to even figure out in the first place. But I'm easily paying $100 a month more than I deserve, and I know it. I mean, you add that up, that's $1,200 a year. Is my request fair?
Yes, your request is totally fair. You don't want it this cold. He does. And so, okay, dude, you got to pay for this inconvenience for me. She's paying for something she doesn't even want.
And I even asked, I asked that question about the little things being plugged in all day. They said, honestly, that's not the stuff that drives your bill to go up. They go, especially in the summer, they go, if you're running your air condition and you're running it hard, they go, it drains it. It drains your account.
Totally.
Yes.
That's the main thing. I don't think if you've got like a pizza light on in the kitchen and that's on all day, that's dragging.
That's not what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's not dragging you down.
Yeah. And their income is comparable. So it's not like one is making a lot more than the other. They're right in the same ballpark as far as how much money they make.
Yeah, he needs to pony up more because he is sucking more.
There's other things you can do too to make yourself cold at night. They make some really great fans now that it feels as if it's a mini air condition and it's isolated just on you.
Yeah.
And it'll get you cold.
I wonder how that offsets. If you said, okay, I want to point a fan directly on me, but I will, put the air up a little bit, it will be a little bit warmer. I'll set the temperature, say, for instance, at 74 rather than 70, and I'll put a fan on me. But you're using electricity for the fan. Would you wind up saving money if you went with that strategy?
I think you would.
Yeah. I asked that question. They told me you would save
a lot more on a fan directly on you.
They made it so they go, dude. I don't think they called me.
They said dude?
They didn't call me dude. They did not call me
dude.
FP&L did not call me dude. Although,
Let me break it down for you on the real.
Let me just tell you something, brah. Here's how it works in the AC business.
Did they call you fam too?
They go, this is how we do
All
it,
right, fam.
And then when I hung up, they go, all right, late. And then they hung up. No, they really tried to drive the fact home that even 1 degree can make a difference. So if you go from 68 like I was going, and now I've got it at like 73, I have seen a major difference.
Okay, well, she's got a complaint, and 62% of the people agree with her that she is right, that if he is doing that, working from home, and he's driving up that electric bill, that it's not fair to split it 50-50.
No. And if he digs his heels in on this, this is actually showing you that you guys aren't meant to be together. Because any man that would want to take advantage of you financially like this and not be able to reason with you on this, I don't want to live a life where we're fighting over pennies.
It always comes back down to hashtag be cool.
Hashtag be cool.
That means everybody in the equation has to be hashtag be cool.
She wants it warmer. He won't make it warmer, and yet he's going to charge her for it to be colder.
Right.
Make that make sense.
All right. Well, she's walking away with the dub here today.
Well, I can tell you who is definitely running hot, Kev.
I want to fight this guy.
I'd say turn the AC down, but
Virginia, please put your menopause fan on. You're running very hot.
yeah. And how do you say that? Is it AC down? I guess AC would go up, the temperature down. Like, that's a weird thing to work out in my brain. You see what I'm saying?
AC goes up.
The thermostat goes up.
No, thermostat would go down if you want it cooler.
Right.
Right. The AC goes up, right? Because you got to use more of it. Oh. It's one of those weird things. As I said, I don't think I just said that right.
You broke our brain.
But it's so complicated and unnecessarily complicated trying to say that right.
Kevin, Virginia's doing that constipation face again.
Oh, I saw her eyes roll back into her head. I'm like, yeah, it definitely broke her brain.
I'm out.
It broke mine too.
Yeah.
Like, Kevin, what are you talking about?
Okay, well, I'm sure people caught that. I did say that wrong.
The only thing we can agree on right now is that this guy sucks.
Okay, let's go with the simple stuff. Yeah. Yesterday in South Florida was an election day. I had some big names on the ballot. A lot of big political stuff as far as governors and state reps and all that kind of stuff was being decided. But there was one vote that was maybe a little bit more quiet that nobody talked about as much, but it was the one I was really paying attention to because I think it is very cool. They were asking about the Miami Marine Stadium and Flex Park on Virginia Key. Would Miami voters approve a referendum to move forward with a restoration project of the amazing waterfront venue? And they said, yes. Oh. Let's do it, baby. Let's revive this thing. It's a 40-year management agreement to get this thing back up and running. And it is a pretty cool thing if you've never checked it out. Now, I've never been in the stadium itself, but I did go to a concert that they had there that was in basically the old parking lot and all that there on Virginia Key. And so it's kind of interesting as I was looking, I was like, man, that is just such a cool spot. And when I was at that concert that I went to, they kept showing footage because they were trying to get this referendum passed and saying, hey, this is what the Miami Marine Stadium looked like. And they had this Jimmy Buffett show, and he's playing on this floating barge. And if you've never seen that Miami Marine Stadium, it was built in 1963, and it was all to house powerboat races and also some concerts as well. And so they would have a floating stage, and you have, kind of like what you'd see at an amphitheater. They have the concrete seating, and then you have the water behind it. But the view of downtown Miami is just absolutely amazing. It's iconic. So you would have the water, your concert, and then right off to the left, you're going to see downtown Miami, especially lit up at night. I mean, what a beautiful place. And not only did they have Jimmy Buffett, but Elvis Presley was there once, Richard Nixon.
Wow.
Gloria Estefan had done some stuff there.
What songs did Richard Nixon sing?
I'm not a crook. I'm not a crook.
Maybe he did a speaking engagement.
I think so, yeah. But it would have been great, especially if he's doing hip-hop.
I don't think Richard Nixon was doing a concert.
He did some Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Now, a lot of people probably don't really have an attachment to it because it's really just been used because it's all graffiti covered now, and it's more a place where people go and take photos and whatnot. It got shut down after Hurricane Andrew blew through in 1992 and damaged it.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's just been sitting there for a long time with nothing really going on. But you can see still, just by looking at the visuals of it, man, that place has got potential, and it'd be pretty cool to get that thing fired back up again.
It's got good bones.
It does. It does. You're right. So they got $10 million towards restoring the waterfront venue. It'd be cool to see. So I'm very happy that went through. And I would say if you were doing your favorite 4 South Florida concert venues ever, I think it might make the top 4 for me.
Wow.
Because of the potential, and find anything that unique. If you had to do a concert, let's say you were a cool band and you said, okay, find a venue for us to play, and you had all the options, and you showed what a refurbished Miami Marine Stadium would look like at night, and people could pull boats up all around the stage and everything else, it could be absolutely amazing. I think that actually might be number 1 on my list of where I would have it.
St. Augustine Amphitheater.
We love that place.
We love it.
But it's only South Florida.
Man, really kind of.
It's the whole state.
I know. And what really is South Florida, Kev? Some people say it ends at Orlando. I don't know.
Yeah, and there are a lot of good options. Now, I would open this up forever. So you can go all the way back. So you could throw in a place like the Miami Marine Stadium. There's some other classic venues. Now, you know all the regular ones. You got, I think, Financial. You got the Kaseya Center.
I love the Meyer Amphitheater.
Yeah.
I really do not mind that venue.
I think it's a great venue. If you put some lipstick on that pig, she'd be pretty.
And if you're in the right spot, it can be very awesome. You just got to get in that right spot.
Mm-hmm. So think about where you would put it. Now, the other places to me that might compete with Miami Marine Stadium, if you were trying to put on a show and you said, okay, let's say it's in its heyday, it is completely refurbished, the arena or the venue is the best that it's ever been. What do you think would be your best? I think Bayfront Park is pretty amazing too. That's where they do Ultra. They got the amphitheater that is right there as well. So you got the park, then you got the amphitheater right next to it. I mean, anything that's on the water is fantastic. I'm thinking about the visuals, and if you had drones up there that was recording some aerial footage of the concert, what would really pop in just say South Florida? To me, those would be the venues. And I'd even put the West Palm Beach Waterfront, where they've had Sunfest, and they just recently had the 5 o'clock Somewhere Fest.
I love the West Palm Beach Waterfront.
That make my top 4. So I've got 3 of my 4, I think, already picked out just by going on that. And then I'm thinking I might want to have one classic place to kind of revive. Now, some people would have to help me here because there are some interesting places where they've had concerts and some big names going way back.
Oh, yeah. My dad can tell me some places. Well, back in the 70s, him and my mom would go to this place called the Time Machine.
Okay.
And they would have bands play there. And I think they had some pretty big names coming through there. And they'd also have dance contests. Dancing contests were big back in the 70s, I guess.
Yeah.
I would pay to see your dad in a dance contest.
He entered it. And he didn't tell my mom, and they got in it. And ended up getting in a dance contest.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Surprise!
I would do anything to see that footage.
That's crazy. Yeah, some of the ones like Pirates World. That's way before my time and many people's time. It was in Dania Beach.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah, somebody have to kind of give me the particulars on it. But if you look at who's played there, the Rolling Stones.
Wow.
Led Zeppelin.
Holy.
Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin.
Wow.
They had back in the day, and I don't know what they did with it. They had Six Flags Atlantis down in Miami, and it was a huge water park, and it was massive. And it just all of a sudden, it just went out of business, and you heard nothing of it.
It was at Dania Beach with a wooden roller coaster, or is this another one?
That one was Grand Prix Racerama.
Okay.
Both could work.
They also had a place called the Hollywood Sportatorium that was in Pembroke Pines. That closed down in 1988. It was a 15,500 seat Sporto, hosted all kinds of artists. Again, Led Zeppelin played there. Elvis played there. Fleetwood Mac. Kiss has played there. Guns N' Roses, Madonna, Duran Duran, Motley Crue, when Vince was slim. Crazy, right?
That is crazy.
Now, I don't know. Again, people would have to speak to that. I don't know about that. People talked about Miami Arena. I remember that vaguely. It was kind of still sitting there, and it looked a little bit dumpy. But, they had some big acts. I mean, it started in 1988, kind of took over for the Sportatorium. And then so it had all the big acts that were there. But yeah, I think those would be the ones that I would go with. There are also some pretty cool little bars. I think you've gone to Revolution Live in Fort Lauderdale, right?
I have. I do like Revolution Live. That is a very unique venue.
Isn't there one down south, like out in Pompano, in that area?
Pompano Beach Amphitheater?
Maybe that might be what it's called. That makes sense.
It does.
Yes.
But they would have the Pompano Beach Amphitheater in Pompano.
Do you like that venue?
It's decent. It's a smaller amphitheater, but you got that. You got Sunset Cove. We do have several smaller-ish amphitheaters, and they're fine. But I'm talking about if I'm doing my top 4, I feel really good about my top 3. And I think what I would probably drop at number 4 would either be the Orange Bowl that hosted a few concerts, which would be kind of cool with a view of downtown Miami. And then, honestly, I've seen Hard Rock Stadium as well. It's kind of cool when you're at a stadium show. And that's a little bit different than an arena or anything else. So I think one of those are going to be my top 4. Do you have anything else on a place that you love?
I love the background of the Kaseya Center.
Mm-hmm.
I love the War Memorial Auditorium.
That's a good,
that's a fun venue.
That is a good late entry, since they've done the refurbishments on that.
It is an upgraded, I think, awesome space.
I like Swampgrass Willie's. Bar. The first place I ever made money doing music.
Look, no, there have been some places. I mean, everywhere from Swamp, even the small little dumpy venues.
That's what Swampgrass Willie's is.
Yeah.
But we love it.
But even
But
places
they're great.
like that.
I mean, they're amazing for concerts. They really are. It's just so
Totally.
intimate. It's great. Like they've had Tobacco Road, which I think closed. It was open like 100 years, and it closed in, I think, 2014 in Miami.
Wow.
Ball and Chain in Little Havana. That was a place that was open in the 1930s where they had a lot of jazz passing through Little Havana that would play in there. So some of those venues, to see that, like CBGB's in New York, what a legendary place before it shut down. Like Talking Heads and Blondie and all these acts went through there, just made it something special.
There's a whole tribute to CBGB's at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, see, it's
when you
just
go
cool.
downstairs, like into the basement, they kind of recreated
That's
it.
what my list is missing. I feel like you've got to have one of those, and that would be my question. What would be even Elbow Room has hosted some concerts in Fort Lauderdale.
A place like a Swampgrass Willie's, typically, if you're a band here locally or an artist here that's done music, you've probably played Swampgrass Willie's at least one time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a place where people are trying to always bring out their music, so there's a nostalgia factor to it as well.
Right,
They really
absolutely.
do support music.
Okay. Well, I got to put some smaller, little kind of dumpier venue where you just have because that's when the music's raw, baby. It's
is,
just
baby.
better. It's just better that way.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
The Whacked Out News being powered by Lebovic Law Group, Warriors for Justice. Well, a drunk Ohio couple allegedly barged into a family's cabin on a cruise after being told to quiet down and then attacked the family, including punching their 9-year-old in the face.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
What did the 9-year-old do?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm sure it was asking for it.
That might stay with the 9-year-old for a while.
Oh my gosh, you're on a cruise and you get punched in the face by some drunk adults from Ohio?
Yeah, the drunk adult might need to quit drinking if you're punching 9-year-olds.
Gannon Jaycox and his girlfriend Brooklyn Hicks were arrested Saturday evening at Port Canaveral, about 40 miles from Orlando International Airport. The Brevard County Sheriff, Wayne Ivey, was not very happy with that. He's one of them sheriffs who wears a cowboy hat.
Do you think they contemplated for a second? They go, why don't we just throw these guys off overboard and act like we never saw anything?
Yeah, there's some wild behavior going on out there, y'all. 43-year-old Boca Raton woman, Amy Arlene Baker, she got arrested after Florida Highway Patrol says she slapped her husband, grabbed his face, and then bit off part of his right ear while he was driving northbound on I-95 near Hillsborough Boulevard in Deerfield Beach.
She Mike Tyson'd him?
She Mike Tyson while he's driving.
Damn, girl.
Did someone get this on film? Because that's a lot of activity.
And I do have an important question.
What did he do? Is that the question?
It is.
Yeah, I knew it.
And by the way, the 1 and 7-year-old were in the backseat watching.
Oh, those poor kids.
Yeah.
Rough whacked out news for the children.
It's very traumatic out there for the kids.
Wow.
It really is.
We are not a good example.
No, the couple was returning from a Fort Lauderdale boat party when an argument over relationship issues escalated. Baker allegedly laughed after biting his ear. She thought it was funny that she just bit off half his ear.
Damn.
Yeah, there's so many of these body cams where it's just people drinking on a boat, and you can almost see the hurricane just stirring. They're drinking out on the water all day long. You know, one of them's sleeping with somebody they shouldn't be sleeping with on the boat.
Everybody's red from sunburn and alcohol.
And then anger.
And to make it even worse, she had told cops that her husband hit her first.
Oh.
And
She said they investigated, and she's the one that left in cuffs. So I don't know what happened with that claim, but they went with her going to jail.
If he hit her first and she's going away in cuffs, I don't know if her story's lining up with what everyone saw.
Yeah, maybe he didn't, and she was just saying that.
That's I wonder how the relationship is today.
Messy.
It does suck though, because you see these on these body cams, police officers, they respond and they don't know what led up. They're just trying to calm it down and figure out who's at fault. Are there witnesses? They got to talk to all
Calm and
these people.
assess.
Yeah, and sometimes it's so overwhelming. Everyone's screaming, and punching still.
Oh, here we got a 29-year-old bartender in Miami's Alapata neighborhood who got arrested for hitting her coworker at Gwembo's over the head with a glass bottle. They got into an argument about serving alcoholic beverages to customers, and then she grabbed the glass bottle and hit him in the forehead. It was a female coworker, hit her in the forehead and knocked her out.
Oh, my.
Kind of proving the point of the one saying we shouldn't be drinking.
Whoa. That's wild. She had to get several stitches, the one who got hit.
They were both employees?
Both employees, and they had some disagreement. She grabbed a bottle and goes, kaboom.
This ain't the first time these two ladies have had a disagreement.
It's either because there's a man involved or there's a power struggle.
Yeah, something else is going on here.
Yeah.
This ain't just a one-off situation.
Also, you got some other bad parenting going on here. There's a Miami-Dade woman who's facing charges after authorities said she poured hot wax on her daughter's hands before setting a fire in her kitchen.
Oh, my gosh.
Again, with the kids.
Yeah, 26-year-old Melissa Campos Sanchez was taken to a hospital. They're looking at her mental health on this because the video was very odd. Now, 2 videos were posted to her Instagram account, including one that showed her in the kitchen using lit candles to pour melted wax on her leg. I think I saw a clip too where she's pouring it a little bit on her chest. Almost looked like she's making an OnlyFans video because she starts twerking it up. Here's a bit of the news coverage of the video.
This is the Instagram video directly cited in the police report, which says this happened Sunday. A lit up candle, wax dripping on her chest, followed by seductive dancing in the kitchen, including lifting her dress. Then there's this. The police report says Melissa Campos Sanchez, the mother of 2, used a red wand lighter to ignite the fluid sprayed from a bottle. You can see the flame right on the kitchen floor. She's then seen throwing a glass coffee mug into the flames. Deputies say both her little girls were watching it all inside their Southwest Miami-Dade home. And there's this second piece of video cited in the police report as well. This one is even more disturbing. On Instagram, Campos Sanchez is seen pouring wax on her youngest daughter. The girls, police say, are 3 and 6 years old.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you've got either this mom pouring hot wax on her daughters and then putting together basically an OnlyFans video, or you got mom biting off dad's ear in the front seat as they're fighting. My goodness.
What is
I don't know what is the worst
on?
situation, but wow.
I think the candle one's the worst. I don't know,
The candle
man.
is the worst.
They're both really terrible.
You're directly hurting your child?
I don't know. The one where the 9-year-old got punched in the face for no reason was pretty awful as well.
You're right.
Yeah.
That one was not cool
Not
either.
follow the parents on that one, at least, unless they didn't defend the kid well enough. And here's another mother of the year. 41-year-old Riverview, Florida mother Caribbean Myers was arrested after allegedly letting her 11-year-old child drive them to 7-Eleven. And the kid has autism.
Oh, boy.
He nails the gas, doesn't hit the brake, and crashes right into a concrete barrier.
Wow.
And he had no valid driver's license, of course, because he's 11.
Obviously.
I mean, my goodness. Wow. Yeah, we got some terrible parenting going out there, y'all.
Look, I get it. I get the Slurpee mania too, but what are we doing?
We got to take an Uber.
We got to get it together.
We cannot let the 11-year-old drive.
I don't think you ever had a whacked out news where it was so horrific for children.
It's a really bad day for kids.
It's a dark day.
It is a dark day for the children out there. I do
Some of these
apologize.
kids grew up quick.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's just terrible. There's a crazy story happening in Philadelphia. I don't know if you've seen this guy that has the Chucky doll-looking mask that he's wearing, and he's just kind of like torturing people.
He is insane.
So what's he doing?
He's running up on women when they're out jogging, and he's got this scary, like, broken doll face mask. It's horrifying. He gets up on him and tells them, "Are you ready to die today?"
Well, see, that's to me, that's a threat. And also, too, when I did the mask stunt a long time ago, there's certain places where you're not publicly allowed to wear a mask.
Oh, they're looking for this dude.
They're looking for him.
Good.
Here's a bit of the story from Philly.
In the surveillance video captured early Wednesday morning, a woman out for a jog suddenly finds herself being chased near City Hall. Police say the man hidden behind the creepy doll mask got in front of her, held up a cell phone, and repeatedly asked a chilling question: "Are you ready to die?" Investigators say the terrified woman ran for help, injuring her leg in the process.
Yeah, here she is, and she actually fought back, kicked the dude in the chest.
So you kicked him in the center of his chest. You just like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Before her own encounter, Jamaica says she spotted the masked suspect approaching a runner who was wearing headphones.
So I started to wave at her across from the intersection and say, "Hey, there's someone behind you." So I figured that if anything was going to happen, I wanted to see it with my own 2 eyes.
She turned around, screamed, and yelled and put her hands up to fight. But something seemed off about the scary stranger.
He just seemed so disoriented about what his goals actually were. Like, I had bags. He wasn't reaching for those. It didn't seem like he had a clear goal to, like, actually get in La Colombe to do anything. So I was like, okay, well, let's see if you can fight. And he couldn't. Make sure that you're not playing music in your headphones. Keep your keys in between your fingers. Just do everything that you can to feel safe.
I don't know about you, but this story for Philadelphia, she's talking about a guy going around asking people if they want to die while wearing a Chucky-like mask while sirens are going off in the background. How damn dangerous is Philly anyway?
Is Philly on fire?
Dude, I think Philly's real dangerous. What are you talking about? This story's
What's going on in the city? My goodness.
This is why I carry a knife. Right here. Some guy runs up on me asking me if I want to die. No, dude. I'm going to turn the question around on you.
Isn't Philly with the city where they took batteries and threw them at Santa Claus?
It is, yeah. You got to be hard to be in Philly.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy stuff.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
Well, very happy that my daughter is back. She is nanny full-time, and so she had to travel around, and we really haven't seen her at all this entire summer, and so it was nice to finally get to lay eyes on her and give her a big old hug yesterday. And we also had some things we had to resolve because we just got in the mail a ton of fines. Apparently, she has just been blowing through all these little, how you have on the turnpike, you got all these tolls and whatnot, and she's just been doing all this kind of stuff and all these violations now with these cameras. I mean, she's racking up a pretty good amount of debt, and we had the Florida Department of Transportation all over us. And we were looking at it like going, well, yeah, okay, well, what's listed? That is her license plate, but they provide a screenshot of the car going through, breaking the violation. That ain't her car. And all these violations happen on days where she was in Europe. So we're like, okay, that's not her. That's not her car. That is her license plate, though.
Someone stole her license plate or they duped it?
They had to dupe it because the license plate's still on the car.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I had not heard of this, and maybe this has been going on for a while, but I guess maybe what they do, I don't know if they actually saw the car or there's a database where you can see actual license plates, and then they've got somebody that's making them that looks legit. But they're clearly winning because they're fooling the system, and they're driving around South Florida getting through all the tolls and everything for free and running up all kinds of bills.
Well, if you're at the point where you're tricking the people who issue tickets, that's some hardcore.
You think they would have good cameras.
That's some hardcore hacking.
Well, and now we got to go through and resolve everything. And so what happened was we were a fallback, so our credit card was getting hit. So we had issues with that because FDOT put something through, and then that happened right about the time the prune juice hit my system, and I was trying to get my lift to get home. That's why I couldn't get out of here yesterday, was because these guys stole my daughter's plate, and I about crapped my pants.
Hackers!
You hackers! Oh, made me poop myself. So that's what was going on. Yeah, I was like, that's
during
wild.
the prune thing.
Yeah, well,
that's
when it all, because see, that's the problem, is it causes you problems still.
Right.
Yes.
You might say, well, that's not my problem, that's FDOT's. But no, they make it your problem, and now we're having to deal with that and sort it all out. And then the moment I need to get a lift to get home in a hurry, I can't get home in a hurry.
Well, but sometimes and these little scams, they kind of give a little ripple effect. You think it's all taken care of, but there, for some reason, a card didn't update. You didn't call them. Now they blocked your card, and you're getting racked up all these late fees, and you didn't even know This happened at our sweet Denny's, and the people that he was dealing with said, "Well, you need to check your account better." They basically blamed it on Denny's.
Ridiculous.
He's like, well, you're the ones that screwed it up. How are you coming down on me?
Yeah.
The digital age is something else.
Well, it's just especially in South Florida, there's a scam a minute that's happening. And the problem is, and this really affects, like my wife does all of our billing and stuff like that, but I can tell you that our credit card system's a complete disaster, and it's all because of scammers. We have to turn it on, turn it off.
Yep.
We're always still getting hit, and we're trying to deal with all these. We got our bank that's always getting a hold of us being like, hey, did you try to charge $5,000 in Uganda? And we're like, what?
Or there's times where you actually buy something,
Right,
and
you're
it
right.
won't go
and then we can't get, and I look like an idiot, and they're like going, and then they think I'm the thief, and then you can tell they're getting ready to like call the cops on me. I'm like, no, this is my card. I'm not the scammer. I'm being scammed.
I was able
It's
to buy
terrible.
something, and they go, "Did you try to buy this purchase?" I put yes, and they go, "Oh, it's now gone through." But it caused this whole drama of me looking like I didn't have my money, or I'm the one scamming.
Yeah, somebody on the chat said I got a parking ticket a few months ago in Miami where I had not been. The plate was one I turned over 16 years before. I had to fight it. It took me so much time and money to get through this, and that's what my wife's going through right now. Which,
the energy it takes.
yes, and everything on top, it wrecks everything. It's a chain reaction
If
because
you-
everything's tied to your
Crazy.
digital accounts.
If you found out that who is doing that to you and they're causing you all that trouble, and you knew you could get a couple fresh ones on them, a couple punches, you don't go to jail. Do you throw a couple rainmakers on them or haymakers on them?
So annoying. But yeah, you know what? They wouldn't even care. If they saw the pain you're going through, they'd probably just laugh and be like,
They're the devil. They really are the devil.
And they think it's a victimless crime because it's so digital.
guess.
They don't know you. They just stole your license plate and now gave you a world of heartache on a day you had diarrhea.
That's what I want to see, a version of like Taken, where someone does something digital like that, but it's something kind of benign, but the person who gets screwed over just loses their mind and hunts them down.
Yeah.
That's what's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
If you screw with people's money and their identity and you're causing all these trouble, people will start fighting you.
Amen.
Yeah. Well, I think it's why you see everybody's just got that hair-pin trigger, because there's so many other things that are just aggravating them. It takes one thing and then they just explode.
My buddy was at the gas station. He said this old woman came up to him. "Oh, my car ran out of gas and I need some money. Do you have any money?" And he's like, "Nope." He said, "I don't even care if she needed money or not."
Suck it, Granny.
He goes, "I thought," it's basically what he said. He goes, "It reeked of some kind of a scam. And if it wasn't, I'm sorry, but that's the world we live in now."
Yeah.
He's paranoid of the old woman coming up asking for help.
It's a dark day when you can't give an old lady $5 because you're afraid. But that's where we are.
Yeah.
You think that if you go to get your purse and start to give her the money, then you're going to get bum rushed by three dudes that jump out of the bushes.
All right, Bird, what you got on your mind today?
Well, I'll just keep it going. Speaking of capers, you guys know last Monday I was almost killed, ran off the road. And I want to thank the great people who listen to this program, because I am getting messages. They're doing the work for me. Just listen to a couple of the messages I've received from KVJ Nationers. Jbird, "My douchey neighbor drives a red convertible. It's a fancy Corvette. He also resembles Danny DeVito. This might be the guy who tried to murder you.
Yeah.
He lives in North Palm. His name is Mel. Thank you,
Mel,
Brian, for the tip." Now, I don't know if this guy Mel is the guy or not.
Let's get Mel's address.
But Brian's doing the work for me. I received this email from Monica. "Bird, there is a bald head guy in my neighborhood who drives a red convertible. He drives like a jerk and everyone hates him. He lives in Wellington. I think you should check him out. This maniac needs to be caught and could be the asshat who ran you off the road, Monica."
Wow,
Thank
okay.
you. Now, Denny's hopefully is showing the composite drawing that I did on KVJ TV right now. Yeah, thank you, Denny's. It was a quick rendering, but that's kind of what we're looking for. Red convertible, fancy car, does resemble a Danny DeVito. Keep the hot tips coming.
Yeah.
Because
So now what do we do? Do we go talk to him? 'Cause
I don't-
if he's in North Palm or he's in Wellington, do you need to go to his house?
I'll tell you what No, you know what I like? I like KVJ Nation having my back and doing the work and saying, you know what? If someone's going to try to kill the bird, we're going to try to find this son of a biscuit.
Okay.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, do I think anything's going to come of it? No. Do I think Mel from North Palm tried to kill me?
Sounds guilty.
Yeah, he sounds very guilty. I'm like 99% sure it was Mel.
It's undetermined. He is he's a member of the top suspects.
Yeah.
He's a person of interest.
I mean,
Does he ride really high in his convertible, like in the composite?
I just love the fact that people are outing bald-headed guys that drive a convertible.
There's probably guys with Dr. Phil haircuts that are turning in the red convertibles today. I can't take the heat, man.
They should be nervous right now. I would park your red convertible in the garage for a week or two.
Yeah.
We're watching you, Mel.
Yeah,
Suspect.
There are eyeballs on all red convertibles right now, so be careful. Be very careful. That's all I got.
Okay. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
I'm so nervous / not happy. Today, for the first time in 25 years, I have to go to a different gynecologist.
New gynosaurus?
New gynosaurus. Mine retired.
Well, Dr. Thornton did you well through all those years.
She did. But I'm so nervous. I just do not like new doctors, especially new beaver doctors.
Do you do any kind of like formal introduction where you lift up your skirt and you're like, hey, kitty, meet, Dr. So-and-so? I don't know what you call it, but,
It's like yesterday's topic, things doctors shouldn't say to patients.
Let's do today things patients shouldn't say to doctors.
No one's allowed to say kitty.
Hey, doctor, meet my kitty.
Kitty? I don't even know if you should say that in the bedroom. That's rough.
It's a lot.
Please do it today.
I will not be using the word kitty.
Oh, please record it.
But is there kind of like an opening introduction, almost kind of like you're like getting drinks? So you know what I mean? When you first meet somebody, is there that breaking of the bread?
I guess.
Moment?
I mean, it's a doctor that was referred to me by a friend of mine who it's her kitty doctor.
Well, we all got the theme now. We know what we're talking about, right? So let's just keep it kitty. It's working.
I'm never not going to call it.
It's now kitty doctor.
Virginia's kitty.
Kitty doctor. Moving forward.
Okay. All right.
We're not talking about the vet.
But you know how sometimes when you go to the doctor, it's like they have an assistant that comes in with them, and they hold like a chart.
It's confusing because I think I'm like, are you a nurse? Are you the doctor? Are you a nurse doctor? Are you a nurse?
I don't want that. I don't want an audience. I don't need secondary reinforcement. I believe that if a person is a gynecologist and they've gone to medical school and they've got the degrees, it can be just me and her. It doesn't have to be an audience of other people that are just there for the kiddie show.
I know exactly what you mean.
I don't like that.
When you've got multiple people in a room that you don't know and you're talking about personal issues, whether it's mental health, butt issue, whatever's going on.
Dermatologist, you're there getting naked, doing a body check, and now you've got like an audience of 2.
Kitty talk. Yeah, I kind of want to make that. I'm with you. I want one-on-one, and I kind of want you to be gross. I don't want no hot person looking at my gross nards. No, I don't like that. Oh, great. Got a hot practitioner. This is great.
Well, it just makes you be like, oh my gosh, they're looking at every flaw.
Yeah.
I got, instead of 2 eyes looking at all my flaws, now you got 4 eyes or 6 eyes. And it's overwhelming.
Well, that's what was tough about my hip. They get the x-rays, and these x-rays are good now. And then I have my x-ray up, and people are, their back is, to the x-ray, but I can see the x-ray, and it is, outline of my peen, of my testicles, and it's just out for the, and they're all talking, like, blah, blah, blah. I can see every part of my body. I'm so uncomfortable.
Oh, it's so
and some of them
humiliating.
listen to the show.
Yeah.
They listen to our own show.
Right.
They're asking me about Virginia. Meanwhile, I'm looking at my dong.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's overwhelming.
It is.
And now I will say, if it's all women, I do like that better as a woman. I think you feel the same. If it's a guy, you'd rather have an all-male team looking at your dong picture.
I want an old dude to tell me to cough. Yes.
Yes. You want the same gender that you are. You want them to have the same parts that you have.
And you want their parts to look grosser than yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so they can't throw any shade at you.
That's why I love the one doctor you got me to, because everybody at this woman's doctor's office was 80 years old or older.
Yeah.
So when I would go in there, she's like, "You are so young.
Right.
Look at these
This thing's
teeth.
so high and tight.
Yes.
Tell me more."
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my gosh, thank you for giving me compliments on my testicles."
Yeah. It's nice. It makes you feel good, Don. It really pumps up your ego.
For once.
Yeah.
I would walk out there kind of like, "All right, still got it."
Yeah. Well, good luck on that, Virginia, today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
keep you posted.
Thank you for telling us your story. We hear and see you.
There better not be any dudes in the whole office. I don't know if I can handle it.
I can see you just go, "No, I'm out of here."
We're done.
Next time. So what does getting back out there look like as you get a little bit older? Virginia's got 2 girlfriends that are both going back into the dating scene after years and years of not seeing anybody. And they now have a new requirement before, I guess, introducing anybody to their kitty. And this doesn't seem to me like an insane request. In fact, it's something that people in their 20s should listen to, or your teens, or wherever you start this. I think everybody should do this. And if anybody balks at this request, you should be like, "I'm better off anyway."
Okay, I'm curious.
What do they want to do, Virginia?
They want to see a clean STD test that was taken in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think that's that's smart to do.
I agree.
There's
I was
many
like,
people who do that.
okay. And I think it establishes in the relationship very early on that you consider yourself a high-value kitty.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not the sexiest conversation. It's uncomfortable to talk about, but I've known many people who do that because a lot of that stuff, sometimes they say get tested one day and it comes back negative, and it could be, false positive or false negative. You got to make sure you stay up on that stuff. I don't think that's a unreasonable request.
Yeah, she threw it out there to him, and he was like, fine with it. And they both exchanged their clean reports, and now they're taking it to the next level.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're going to have us. What time is it? I just don't want to say anything too inappropriate. They're going to have some fun.
It seems like something that we all should be doing. You'd be like going, yeah, I could see that. But the question is, how many people have actually done it? I could admit, now keep in mind, I have never gotten a lot of action in my life, and it's been decades since I did with a new partner. So this wasn't really in the game then. I've never done it, in my 20s, though, when it was happening. And honestly, I probably should have. It was a lot of those, you caught up in the moment. You can't even believe that you have the opportunity. And so you're not going to do anything that's going to jeopardize that.
We live in a hookup culture anyway. And when you're living in a hookup culture, more than I think, and I mean, you've got Tinder and all these things. I think you're right. I think it doesn't happen like it should. I think when it happens is when you're talking to somebody for a few weeks or whatever, and you're about to
right.
But if you're at the club and I think you're wrapping it up with the Jimmy hat and you're calling, that's the culture. That's what people aren't having the talk before. We just had 9 drinks. Can I see your chlamydia chart? That's not happening.
No, you're right.
Not happening.
But it's probably not a bad idea to have something and say, hey, on this date, I tested clean and clear. And it just goes to show, I think we should normalize it. It should be something you expect. It shouldn't be a radical request. And if anybody balks at it, be like, better off anyway. 71% of people admit they have never done this before.
I don't think it's common.
It's not.
I think,
It's not.
I think it's uncomfortable to bring up because then you're like what are you saying about me? Blah, blah, blah. And it's also a scary thing to bring up.
And it's also presumptive.
Yeah.
It's like it's breaching a conversation of something maybe before you've even gone to second base.
It's personal. It's something, and maybe you are worried about something. It's in your head, and they bring it up. You're like, I better go to the doctor.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think those girls are doing it right, Virginia.
All right, I'll
Takes
tell
a
them.
while. Yeah.
Kevin says, you done good.
Very proud of you. Very proud of you.
But let's be honest, no one's going to be doing this.
You're right. it's one of those things. So many things in life are like, that's a great idea, but I'll never do it.
It's so grown up and proper and the right way.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody that hooked up, at when we did the karaoke events, and people hooked up. I'm sure they were asking for their STD charts that night.
Yep. Well, it's one of those things I guess you do have to be aware of. Unfortunately, South Florida, we got so many people from not only over the country, but all over the world that are coming in and out of here. The state itself ranks number 3 nationally when it comes to sex trafficking cases. And it is just one of those things, if you're a younger female, you just never know. And boy, some of the little things they use to try to entrap women, it really is kind of scary. And I saw a girl that had posted up on social media, want to know, should I have been suspicious of this situation? Could this be what a sex trafficking scenario looks like? What she posted up, she said, I'm a 21-year-old woman from Eastern Europe, and I'm staying at a South Beach hotel with my boyfriend. Now, while he was away, a woman approached me in the lobby and started asking me about my immigration status, saying that she was in the U.S. illegally and knew of jobs on Ocean Drive where, quote, the girls are having a blast. I repeatedly told her, I said, no, I'm legally in the U.S. I got proper documentation and financial support from my family here in Florida. But she kept asking how many languages I speak. She was talking about how much money women could make where she's from, and eventually suggested I work illegally while waiting for a work permit, offering to help me find a job. I then reported to hotel staff, and I never saw her again. But I was just curious, what is this? Is this somebody is trying to sell OnlyFans? Is this sex trafficking? You never know in Miami. There's a lot of crazy things that are going on. And we were talking already about just some of the scammy type stuff that's happening with the license plates. What about this? Is this one of those things where if you're a younger female in South Florida, especially maybe if, you are here on some kind of special papers or something like that, do you really need to keep your head on a swivel? And what would that look like? Would you go to the hotel and all of a sudden they get you on some kind of drugs, or they just abduct you, or they're just trying to get you into a sleazy career? What is this kind of stuff? I'm so suspect of everybody.
We got to go back to stranger danger, no new friends. When you're moving through life, you cannot be getting no new friends in the hotel lobby. No.
There's your positive thought of the day. Stranger danger, and don't meet anybody new ever.
Do not come talk to me. I don't know you. Bye, girl.
She was just trying to wonder, what was this situation? She had bad vibes. She knew it was nothing good, but what did that mean? What did the nothing good mean? It could have been as innocent as trying to get you into OnlyFans, and as bad as the next thing you know, you're in a cage and headed off some other country.
Liam Neeson's looking for you.
Right, exactly. I mean, I don't know how often that does happen, where people are just snatched off the streets of South Florida and they wind up someplace they don't want to be. But
I bet you it happens a little more than you would think.
Yeah. Well, look, when I hear the numbers, it is absolutely insane just what an industry this is and how it's a global thing, how terrifying it would be to be in that situation. A long time ago, 15 years ago, I had a conversation with one of our KVJ listeners that I'd lost track of, and she had a boyfriend that was from Russia, and she wound up overseas being sex trafficked.
Oh, my gosh.
And it took 3 to 5 years to get her out, to break her loose, with her family pursuing it. I was like, that's terrifying.
Do some research on cold cases in South Florida, even from Palm Beach County down to Dade. It is staggering. There's so many. I'm not saying they're all sex traffic cases, but you have no idea. These are people that have just gone missing, disappeared, nowhere to be found ever.
Yeah. And so, look, you do always have to keep your head on a swivel here in South Florida and be very suspicious of everybody, especially when they come up with offers that seem too good to be true. But what was that offer? It seemed to have a bad ending, but what was that bad ending exactly?
No new friends.
Well, I don't know about that either. No.
No.
You sound good. You sound like my mom.
Do not come up to me in public.
Like, my mom made me afraid of vans because she was convinced anyone who drove a van was a kidnapper.
9 out of 10 vans.
I have a fear as a grown man of vans because of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we got a new ranking here today. Yesterday, we were talking about some of the top college football teams in the country. And the Miami Hurricanes are number 7 on the preseason AP poll. They did not land in the top 10 on this list. But there is one Florida college that did. This Florida college is not really known for their football anymore, but they can party. Florida State Seminoles.
Okay.
All right, baby. They're drinking so much, they forget about that football team. Yeah, give me another. We're down 30. Yeah, they're number 3 on the new USA Today top party school list in the country. I don't know if I've ever seen them that high. Sometimes you'll see University of Florida up there, but boy, something is going on. I don't know if your daughter Magnolia is really helping them raise up these rankings, Virginia.
Magnolia is swimming in responsibility. She is so stressed out right now.
No partying, huh?
No partying. As the president of her sorority, she went to bed at 5 a.m. and had to wake up at 10 a.m., and she is not happy.
Oh, man. Okay.
She is not out partying. I think she wishes she was.
Sure, I bet. It'd be a lot more fun, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's definitely a lot of people there in Tallahassee, having a good time. Number 3, you're number 1 and 2. You would know number 1. You grew up close to it. You know a school called Tulane?
Oh, yeah, Tulane in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Very popular. It's expensive, though. Tulane is not cheap.
I remember I played baseball with a dude that went to Tulane. He thought he was getting this great scholarship. I think they paid for a book. It was so much money, man.
Tulane pricey.
Yes.
You got Alabama at number 2.
Okay.
So I think they're also drinking to forget about their game against Indiana. You got Georgia in there in the top 5. Wisconsin, I do know that they like to party in Madison. You got West Virginia up there, number 6. They have been on that list for a very long time. They do not like to study in Morgantown. But, boy, they can light a couch and party their butts off. USC is number 7. See Will Ferrell up there hosting some of those frat parties.
Yeah, that was definitely elevated.
Penn State, where they like the cocaine, is number 9. Love it there. You would never think, right? I mean, Happy Valley in the middle of Pennsylvania, you're going to get cocaine? That's just odd what's going on there. Ole Miss, SEC, baby. They're at number 10. Your Miami Hurricanes are at number 14.
Okay.
So, I guess they do some partying there. Somebody else can verify for that. I lived in a Canes graduate dorm, and it was the quietest building I've ever lived in my life. There was no partying going on whatsoever. So that was the only experience I had with it, but I'm sure somebody around there must be partying. And then Ohio State is in at number 25.
Okay.
My higher university did not make it. See, I left. I feel like I need to go back.
Show them how it's done.
Pull a Rodney Dangerfield and help them get back up that list.
Well,
they're slacking.
I'm going to Tallahassee for Parents Weekend coming up in a few weekends. So
okay.
Let me know if you want to go get turned.
Okay.
I do. I think I need to get turned a little bit more.
September 25th.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm in.
Okay. Birds up. Love to see you on our After the Show. It is going to be on YouTube in about 10 to 15 minutes. You can also get it on demand on the KVJ TV channel on YouTube. Just go and look for the KVJ Show. Subscribe. But you can also watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Find KVJ on your favorite platform. Before we get there, Bird is going to be wrapping us up here with his thought for the day.
Right. Let's see here. Not my best glasses, Virginia. I may have to borrow.
You want these?
Well, I don't. My computer's not working. Son of a biscuit. Okay, call your mom and dad. Tell them you love them. And remember, we're all family. There you go.
Thank you.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.